Good music, you said. Let me change that real quick. Hello. How's everyone doing? Should I have been here yesterday? Yes. Was I here yesterday? No. because I fell asleep. I'm not gonna lie to you, okay? I started taking a nap and then I didn't stop taking a nap. That's what happened yesterday. Did I wake up at 9 p.m. and be like, where am I? Who am I? Yes. And that happens more often than you think. So, there's that. But how's everyone doing? I'm trying to figure out full display capture. Yes. And then the fucking specific audio of this fuck ass game. I think so. But hello. I think that's good. I think you're gonna go to the gym soon. You're gonna torture yourself in other ways. That's why I don't take naps. I can sleep just for 20 minutes. Who takes naps just to sleep for 20 minutes? Who? A psychopath. That's who. No one. No one sleeps 20 minutes. Especially not if you're from Spain, okay? You go to bed and you sleep like, you know, for like 2 hours and then you wake up. That's... What's the point otherwise, you know what I mean? We're here again. We're here again. Research! What are you doing this? Research, okay? Leave me alone. I'm gonna get my little stupid ass book that I bought when I was like 17 or something. Did he open it? God damn. I'm gonna need like an archaeologist to decipher what the fuck I wrote down here, but hey, whatever. You do? Psychopath. Psychopath. Like, get us. There's so much purple already. Oh, it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get so much worse. So don't you even worry about it. Thank me for my sacrifice. I don't know, man. Sometimes it doesn't feel like, you know, it's worth it. But whatever, man. Let's do this. What the fuck happened? Thank you for the subscription. Whoever you are and wherever you are. I don't know how my subscriptions work anymore. This one's for you. And to anyone that became a member. It supported me. God, I forgot. That's just what are we doing? We're speaking with people. Let's go. Speak to me. I need to go. I have places to be. Thank you for the super chat for my favorite 5-star mission.
Did you find our scouts?
Thank you.
They're dead.
Money is money. That's true.
Sorry. Elganon and Gillenane sacrificed them in some kind of ritual.
It has begun.
Creators. What about the rest of the village?
Fucking dead.
The ritual
Dead.
spread blight everywhere.
I thought we were gonna focus on yes chatting. I lied. We have established that I lied to you.
Controlled by blood magic.
Welcome.
Their minds are gone.
Elganon and Gillenane use them like puppets.
Blah. Morrigan. Ooh. Oh, fan service. Ooh. And not even good fan service. You know what I mean?
I dare say it was a show of force.
Thank you for the follow.
They will not rest until you.
The fact that they're not all up in arms and be like, who the fuck are you?
In the face
you
of such power.
Bitch. It's
Lady Morrigan?
Lady.
It's simply Morrigan to you, Scout Harding. What a pleasure to see you again.
Turn in this kid will probably hurt your soul every time.
An old acquaintance. I thought she could help.
Morrigan helped the Inquisition when Varric and I were part of it. She knew more about ancient magic than anyone.
I don't care.
Except Solus.
I don't care.
It was both pleasure and necessity to help then, as it is now. Stopping Elganon and Gillenane will require many hands.
Stop saying the names. Stop saying the names. Stop it. Stop it. You know the names. I know the names. They know the names. We all know the names. You don't need to keep repeating it. I know the names. Please. My favorite swamp girl, Morrigan. What they've done to her, it's crazy. You discover her kink, masochism. Just make sure to have a safe word. Brother, if you knew just how wrong you are. Fan service, morality story fun, and the Frenches for that matter. Oh, have you guys seen that fucking Jason bitch? I don't know his fucking name. The one that got absolutely fucking embarrassed during the Veilguard debacle because he was like, oh my god, go woke, go broke, and he posted like Veilguard having like 80,000 players, and then immediately after there was a massive dip and no one played Veilguard anymore, and then there was like the layoffs and whatever. Scryer, whatever, he came out with a fucking article just basically justifying this game because they wanted to make it a live service and it changed hands. Just basically what we've been hearing about over and over and over and over and over and over again. It was in development hell. There was infighting in the studio. Like, Bioware is the only fucking... Like, I don't know in what mind fits the concept that studios are second families or something like that. Like, it's not like going to work. It's that, you know, you go make your dreams come true. It's a company. You know what I'm talking about? I'm crazy. Crazy. Crazy behavior. Crazy. I'm telling you right now, and I'm sick and tired. I am sick and tired. Do you like pain and suffering? Not my own. No. Most of those players were from Game Pass. True. The gaming media, the corporations have become the clients and the readers' customers are the obstacle. Apparently. Like fucking, what is it? Mind Eye? I don't know anything about Mind Eye. I don't think anyone knows anything about Mind Eye because it was so poorly promoted. And now it's just absolutely, it's a repeat of what happened with Avowed and what happened with, you know, Veilguard and stuff like that, which is a lot of people just got early access to it. Like, I quote tweeted a tweet by Kev Dewitt, who I enjoy his videos. He's a silly guy, you know what I mean? It wasn't on Game Pass. This game was on Game Pass. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. I played it through Game Pass. It was on Game Pass Plus or whatever. So you could play it instead of for like $70 or whatever stupid number they you paid like 19 and you could play the game. And it's that case of like people having early access to content that turns out to be dog shit, and they only have access to very, you know, like the first 2, 3, 4 hours, and they probably get a copy that it's amazing, it's impeccable, it's like the best copy you're ever gonna get, and then, you know. On Steam it says similar games I've played, and they bring on Baldur's Gate 3 and Witcher 3. Disgusting. Disgusting. Then it was given away on PlayStation. Yes. Kev Dewitt always tries to bring on the more positive, even with bad games. That's his thing, and I enjoy that. Like, he plays bad games or games that, you know, came out like 50 years ago, and he tries to have fun with it. But you cannot just basically promote. He was sponsored by the company, and it's again, the fucking snake that eats its own tail. I understand that he might have enjoyed what he played. The same way that I believe that not every single early access reviewer from Veilguard was lying when they said, oh, I like the game, but you cannot come out and say, oh, it's good, you know? Like, this is a good game, I enjoyed it, and then just promote it, because that's not good. They will never learn from their mistake and going to keep doing... I have zero hopes for Mass Effect 5. Thankfully, there will be someone who will pick up the mantle, hopefully. So many videos trashing Mind Eye this morning. I have not played it. I don't think I will ever play it. It's not just... Even if it was a good game, it's not what I enjoy usually. But, you know.
So, who are you exactly?
I have borne many appellations. Advisor to Orlais.
It's one of those games that seemed
friend to the Inquisition.
too good to be true and too big to be true, you know? Like, it was never gonna work.
Witch of the Wilds.
An honorific born of rumor and exaggeration. The fearsome reputations of your opponents, however, are duly earned. This
Remember,
dark
return to
turn of
form,
events shall
exactly.
only become worse.
I go for the good old faithfuls. You know what I mean? I know that I can trust Larian and I can trust Owlcat. Do they make perfect games? No, no one makes perfect games. But they make games that are perfect for me, so I'll take them, and that's it.
Whatever comes, we're ready for a fight.
Words easily said, but rarely proven.
Yeah.
Yeah? What do you know about all this that we don't?
As dangerous as Solus himself may be,
I'm on it.
his imprisonment of the gods was just. To leave them unchecked would have been the very end of Thedas.
Not that you cared, because right now we're talking to Morrigan, who is possessed by a slither, like a silver of Mithal's soul, because that woman is like a fucking cockroach. You're not getting rid of her. You know, just completely destroying Morrigan's character arc, because her entire fucking thing from Dragon Age Origins was, I don't want to be like my mother. I don't want to end up being like my mother. I want to be a good mom to my son. And I want to, you know, not become possessed by the spirit of a fucking ancient elven god and just be subjected to that for the rest of my life. And they completely throw that, you know, out of the window in this one, because she is possessed by the same spirit that possessed her mother, which is very odd and very weird, which is great. And Mithal was pretty content with letting the elves back then be slaved and just abused. And the only reason she's not okay with it and she doesn't like the other elven gods is because they betrayed her and killed her. That's the only reason why. You know what I mean? That's lovely. Hopefully there's alcohol in that if you're playing this game. It's just water, unfortunately.
Just to be clear, you know your old friend Solus
Solus
is
wasn't
actually the Dreadwolf?
her old friend.
So I have come to learn.
They weren't friends.
It rather explains how he knew such
They
a great
weren't.
deal of ancient elven history.
Yeah, her son is not
And
even
why
mentioned in
he
this game
became
because
so
you don't have an
vexed when
option
I attempted to
to
explain
check
it to
whether
him.
she had a
Whilst I
son
cannot claim the
or
same
not.
depth of knowledge, the knowledge I do possess is yours for the asking.
I hope it helps.
And my problem with this,
For all
right?
we know, the entire world will look like Demeter's
Shut up.
promising
What I'm
once the
saying is
gods
much
take
more
the room.
important than what you guys are saying. My problem with the whole god baby, whether you have it or not, is that in Inquisition, right? If you guys haven't fucking played Inquisition, don't even worry about it. I'll tell you about it. At the end, you find out that Flemeth, who is Morrigan's mom, she is possessed by the spirit of Mithal, an elven god. Okay? Good. Chill. And in Origins, you can do a dark ritual or whatever, like an ancient ritual with Morrigan and Alistair, or if you're playing as a male warden, you can have a ritual, a sex ritual basically, that ends up on Morrigan being pregnant with a baby capable of absorbing the all god soul into its body, making it basically like an all god baby. And if you do that, and then in Inquisition you meet Kieran, the child acts weird. It acts like it knows, you know, things that they shouldn't know, right? And in Inquisition, Flemeth takes the soul from Kieran and into her own. And then Solus kills Flemeth and takes her soul, like, which is, you know, Mithal's soul and Urthemil's soul into himself. Which, cool, great. If you don't have it, then he only absorbs Flemeth's soul. But if you did the whole fucking god ritual, then that would mean that he's double as powerful. You know what I mean? Like, that would actually have a weight on how powerful he is in this game. Not that it matters because they didn't fucking care about your choices in the previous game. But that's, you know, there were so many theories on what is he gonna do with the souls of these ancient beings. Is he gonna, you know, make himself more powerful? Apparently not, because he was a fucking wuss and a bitch and a little pussy. And he got defeated in, you know, in like 10 minutes within the game, but whatever.
Not if
Whatever.
we stop it first.
It should have made him so much
confidence of
more
youth.
powerful.
You shall need a
Oh,
good deal
whatever.
more of it.
I suppose you have some advice.
Set aside your notions of godhood and see them for the ancient, powerful mages they are. Standing against them shall require serious magic of your own.
Where's all your brains
When you
again?
interrupted the
Research!
Red Wolf's ritual,
For
did
my
you happen across any of
videos.
the tools
Yeah, he should have been so much more
He
powerful
had
than he
a
was.
dagger, but it got lost in the chaos.
Then you would do well to find it. 'Tis better in your hands than those of the gods.
It's so
Is there
ridiculous
anything else Solus might have had that could help us?
that there's
We're in his...
a thought in their
He
minds
calls it the lighthouse.
that a pure
yes.
raw lyrium
The legendary
dagger
sanctum
has
of the
been
Dreadwolf.
sitting out
'Tis
for
said
like a week,
'tis Illuvian,
and no one has taken it. Like the
Contrary
like
to
the
any
Elgar'nan and
other
Gillinan haven't not
Illuvian of
taken
his choosing.
the.
That's
They only
not how it
send
works
someone
right
to take
now.
it
It only goes
when
to
we
Arnie
go
then.
after it.
I
Crazy.
can take a look at it. Maybe fix it even. I know Illuvians better than most.
Why would you know Illuvians
Any
better
help
than
we can
most?
offer
You
would
don't have
appreciate.
access to Illuvians.
If Illuvians even work the same way, all the magic is different now.
So you're useless.
Our gods are back. Our gods.
They're not
and
gods.
They're killing people and blinding the world.
Also,
How do we
who's-
stand up against that?
Whose Valaslin is the one that you're wearing? Because I don't recognize it.
We don't have a choice here. We
I
stand
prefer how
against
she
the
looked
gods
in
however we
Origins.
can. Because if we
She looks
don't,
like a mom. I
Nobody
mean,
else
she's a
will.
mom, but she looks like a
you get the Illuvian fixed
whatever,
at the
you know?
lighthouse.
Just
We'll
like
find the
someone.
dagger. Let's figure out our next moves after that.
You can actually make
Let's
good
get to work.
characters in the character creation.
There's a lot
I
of
can
fun
make
ahead of us.
cool characters.
Indeed.
Me.
Prepare yourselves well. And
No one
have
else.
care in your choices.
And it took
These
me
are the
quite a
times
bit.
in which legends are
I cannot
born
make good-looking
or
humans.
slain.
I tried. I
In this
did. I
battle,
can only make,
shall render
for some
whatever
reason,
assistance I
a
am able.
beautiful Asian women.
Let's move.
It's fanfic level of writing. It has only surface level logic. It's so bad. It's so terrible. Okay, whatever. Can you let me out? Jesus. I hate this game. Have I told you how much I hate this game? Because I fucking hate this game. It's the fact that it just fucking holds your hand the entire time. What if I don't want to go here? What if I want to go somewhere else? Go back to the town. America can do much better than her. Exactly. I'm telling you,
You
when
can
I'm
do this,
telling you
Niece. It's gotta be done.
that every single companion, I bet you, was meant to be someone else. Because 100% Belara was meant to be Meryl. Meryl actually had a reason to exist within the Veilguard. She actually knows and could repair by herself, and a demon, an Illuvian. Belara has never interacted with Illuvians. You're not meant to just interact with Illuvians. They're ancient technology, basically. They're not easy to use. Morrigan was restoring an Illuvian. But she had, she had the grimoire of her mother. She knew how things worked because she literally had the writings of an elven goddess on paper. And you're telling me that Belara's like, I know exactly how to fix this. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. And it's the same with like all the other companions. Like, I'm telling you, they wanted to bring back like veterans for this one, which would have made sense if you are facing, the end of the world. Like, for real, the end of the world, spanning the entirety of Thedas. You don't want to bring into the fold fucking nobodies. You want people that fought during the Blight. People that fought during the uprising of Kirkwall. You know what I'm talking about? People that fought during the Inquisition. You don't want to bring back... Not bring back, but who the fuck are these bitches? Nobody. Nobody. Oh, this is gonna piss me off. This is the fucking Harding bullshit. Ugh. You. At least the other Tieflings are not meant to be Tieflings.
That would have made things worse.
You don't know that. All you have are guesses.
We're up against something unfamiliar, working with more rumors than facts. Of course, that's all I have.
I should have taken the shot.
You would not have been able to do anything.
Maybe you should have taken the shot, but we can't change it now.
Yeah. I just have to live with it.
Yeah, welcome to reality.
Tried to stop the world from being swallowed by chaos, and now it might be swallowed by chaos anyway.
Yeah, because you guys didn't have a
Leaving God
fucking
to escape from
plan.
their prison, Solus is in your head, and we're scrambling to figure out what to do.
I know this information. I
That
existed
he
while
was.
this was happening.
He knew what it might cost.
We're still standing. The fight's not over.
You know, I like that about you, Lace. You don't stop fighting. You push for answers.
You don't
and
know her.
action, while I can get stuck on questions forever.
Well, we need someone who can put the pieces of the puzzle together.
That's you, Hardin. You're a
Find the
scout.
unknown.
Exactly. Everyone has a part to play.
What are you guys
Baron
talking
brought
about?
us together because of our strengths.
Come
He
on.
wanted a team he could rely on.
Let's move.
We have to be that team.
Let's
Play to our
move.
strengths.
What are we doing?
Rely on each other.
We're
think I
looking
can manage that.
for a raw
Let's
lyrium
find
dagger
Solus' dagger.
that can
It'll be a
tear
start.
holes on the fabric of reality itself. And they're having a little tea time. Is this time? Is this what we're doing? God damn. God, Hardin hitting souls with an arrow would make things even worse. It's so stupid. It's so ridiculous. Especially when he's an elven god. He's so powerful. He's more powerful than you can ever imagine. And you think a fucking arrow would have done absolutely anything? I thought you were moving to America with your boyfriend. You guys, yeah? I'm not moving to America with my boyfriend yet. I am in a couple of years. I'm gonna go on a vacation this next week. And then I come back for like a week or so. And then I go to America to meet my in-laws. And then I come back here.
Look,
I can feel lingering magic. Powerful magic.
the dagger was here. Something took it.
I'm not even gonna fucking, I miss Inquisition Harding. Someone said to me on the comment section of my stream the other day that deadass, I think they mistook Dagna for Hardin. They saw red-headed dwarf and they said, oh, this one. Like they mistook Dagna for Hardin. Because Dagna was the one that was highly autistic and she was, she wanted to know more about magic and how things worked and this and that. Hardin she was chill, but she wasn't, this naive and like she devolved.
Oh no, what if it took the dagger?
Only one way to find out.
I'm not gonna fucking rush. They can take the dagger for like here. Like this character devolved, which is something that you don't want to
Look,
happen.
there it goes.
I don't care. You don't want to happen in your story, in the media that you're trying to use. Because I played Inquisition. She was capable. Yes, she was young, and she had that idealism of youth that she could do whatever. She could fight the entire world. But she was, she had both feet planted on the ground, and she was capable, and she was trustworthy. And then in this, it's like, oh my god.
Big dark spawn coming right at us.
God, I hate the voice acting. That's Liara, by the way.
We have to go after that ghoul. Let's get this gate open.
Look up there.
How is this for research? I am rewriting the entirety of Veilguard, starting with the companions. There's no sense of urgency, because why would there be any urgency? Wasn't Dagna sent to the Circle of Magi? Yes, and then if you did that, you can recruit her in Inquisition, and she's basically... I'm trying to jump, but apparently not there. If you're recruited in Inquisition, she basically just helps you create stuff. Am I crazy? F, of course, because you sorry. My bad, you jump with F. As you do. In video games, Yeah.
Good work. Let's keep on the trail.
Huh, I didn't give you time. Fucking naughty. Didn't give you time to explain the puzzle to me. Bitch. What are your companions doing in combat? Nothing, especially because they don't get they don't aggro enemies. All the enemies go after you, which is lovely. You love to see it. So they're just basically there waiting for you to tell them what to do.
Collect things, do they?
Solus's dagger is special. They might have been drawn to it.
You don't know that. Assumptions. Assumptions. They're making shit up. Like I hate it. I hate it because one of my pet peeves, and I understand, it's fantasy, it's magic. Magic has to make sense within the setting, within the world that it works on. Okay?
Spot that ghoul? It must have come this way.
What happened? What happened to the voice acting for Hardin? You know what I mean? She's Liara from Mass Effect. Why is she so anime? What happened to the ghoul? Did you see it? Where did it go? Why is she so fucking
Look out!
anime? What's going on, bro? They're not even good background. Like, I remember playing Origins, right? And actually having to debate, who am I gonna take with me?
More darkspawn coming out of those ghouls.
Because I wanted to... Fuck off. I wanted to hear the banter they had with one another because it was special. Not once do they tell you, like, enemy here, enemy there, careful, enemy, enemy, enemy. Can you see it? The enemy, enemy? What? Oh, take down. Can you not take the takedown yourselves? Do I have to do everything around here? Kill it or something. I don't know, bro.
Did you find the dagger?
Did
I
I?
don't think these darkspawn took it. Let's keep looking.
Did I find the dagger? I was too busy getting absolutely fucking mauled to death to check. My bad. Sure. I'm just gonna go up there, you know? Friendship and validation. Yeah, this is my form of therapy. You know? God. What an amazing video game. Yeah, I have seen the animations for Origins, and I love them, and I've used them in my videos. And they're great, and I love it. And they're all so well written, and I missed it. And this is just noise. It was never supposed to be noise. Like, it just devolved into, you know, you would actually, like, sit and wait until they stopped talking because you wanted to hear what they were saying. Same way in Mass Effect. And then it just became like they won't stop talking. And they don't even give me a fucking option to shut them the hell up. Like, I cannot...
Over there. Our dagger thief.
Oh no.
More blight in the way.
Oh, we were so close. Was it like... Oh, over there? Hello?
And there's probably another one.
Can I cannot aim, by the way.
Nicely
There you
done.
go.
I mean, it's gross, but you can't argue with results.
Didn't even know that I could do that. Was the last time that you played Inquisition? Like a couple years ago? And I left in the... What the fuck do you even say it? The Western approach. There you go. For me, Inquisition, it's just like... It's it's kind of Andromeda in a way of like, I just get bored at some point. There's so much fluff between point A and B that it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I like big RPGs, don't get me wrong. I play fucking Baldur's Gate 3. And Owl got in and shit like that, but...
All right, everyone.
Do something. Well, get them.
Another one of those magical beams. There are 2 of these
I
devices
am
this time.
completely...
I bet we'll need to direct beams at both of them.
I was gonna say, I'm completely like tuning them out. I'm trying my best. I am trying my best. Because they're not saying anything of note, are they? They're not. Will you play Jade Empire? I'm down to play Jade Empire.
That's one. Now to find the other.
Yeah, the main story is very, very short. Great. Useless shit. God. Yeah, it has too much filler and it's just like... It's like Andromeda for me. It's just, at some point I'm just like, I don't care about this. Me cago en tu puta madre. Do you remember Inquisition? Where I could just like brute force my way into whatever the fuck I wanted? Yeah, me too. I remember that too. Where the fuck am I supposed to go for that one? God. They're not puzzles, they're just annoying. God damn. Me cago en mi puta madre. Hello. Anyone wants to attack me now that I'm alone and vulnerable? Fix it then! What do you mean about to have a problem? Fucking fix it. I just didn't win shit! I did everything! What is this bullshit? I've been here! Went around. Is Inquisition the best of the games? No. Origin is the best of the games. And if you ever allege to anything but that, I'm gonna fucking cry. Okay? Thank you. Hello, dude. Oh, so you just when you...
Time to fight.
Time to fight! Great. Let's go. God, what a fucking game, dude. You love to see it. I'm having so much fun right now. Chat is the only thing keeping me like sane. You know what I mean? Like deadass.
That has to be the ghoul we're tracking.
Oh no.
I hope it still has the dagger.
Come here.
Got company.
My lane would have some words, exactly. Would you say Dragon Age 2 or Inquisition? Dragon Age 2, 100%. If Dragon Age 2 had had time to cook, we would not have had Inquisition or Veilguard.
Hodding?
You know what boils my fucking piss in ways that, you know. First of all, why are you touching shit that you don't know what it does? We have established that this lyrium dagger, it's so powerful that it leaves Visible traces of magic on the floor. By the way, Rook is also touching it right here. Are you seeing that? Are you seeing that? Also, you can play as a dwarf in Dragon Age the Veilguard. Why is Hardin special? Why does she get powers, but you don't get powers if you're a dwarf? Why does she reconnect with the ancestors, but if you're a dwarf in Rogue, you don't? Why are they given the actual interesting bits of storyline to companions that don't deserve it? Oh no! Oh, she stayed dead, but she's not gonna stay dead.
This is the eternal hymn, the prayer and the proclamation.
This is a Titan speaking through Hardin, which wouldn't the Titans, if they can do this, wouldn't they be talking to dwarves more often? Because if you don't know, you know, the Titans were Titans, as their name suggests. They were really big, made of stone, and they had lyrium running in their blood. It was their blood, basically. I hate it. You know what I hate? You know the trope that I fucking hate? When you all of a sudden get powers, and you are adept at using said powers that you have never used before. Immediately. You love to see it. Yeah, you cannot, you know, you don't touch the lyrium. Like, dwarves are resistant to lyrium, but they're not immune.
Are you moving those rocks?
I don't know. I don't know how to control.
Shut up, I don't wanna... Shut up, I don't care!
The left.
I'm ready.
It's just silly, it's just stupid. It's a fan fiction.
They're coming from the right.
God, it's dumb as hell.
Excellent form, Rook.
Shut up, don't talk about my form. Or talk to me like at all. Oh no.
Nice move.
Finish it.
So boring.
They're at range. On your right.
We're under fire. Look out.
Do you see how it only aggroes me? Not that I care, but...
That dagger. What
I don't
did
know,
it do?
girl. Maybe you shouldn't have touched it!
But we should get back.
You fucking retard! Who touches things?
Your pet has failed, sister. And now the magic of the dreadful
Why
stagger
would
is
you
hidden
send...
from me. Fen Harel meddles once again.
If his dagger's beyond our reach, we must craft another.
This is literally like Cartoon Network level of our plans have been dwarfed once again. Ah, what shall we do?
Made of red lyrium.
So why even bother? Yeah, these guys are ancient beings, by the way. You know, they don't have an army. They don't have... Because the whole thing with Darkspawn is that you don't send them in, like, little, you know... Like, here, a couple Darkspawn. You send them in swarms. That's the whole thing about Darkspawn.
You said something took you over.
I was
Something
there!
like that?
And it's still with you.
Yes. I think so. It can't be possession, can it?
I doubt it. Dwarves can't be possessed.
Well, you
They
know,
aren't
shut up.
connected to the Fade. Solus's dagger
The
triggered
Fade!
event.
It's
But how?
open!
Or
It's
why?
everywhere now.
I'm sorry, Lace.
You don't know
I wish
anything.
I had
You don't know
answers.
anything. And she doesn't know anything.
alright.
And you know, no, it's
Talking
not
has
alright!
helped. And hey, we got the dagger.
Talking
right.
has not helped! Talking has not helped! I'm sorry! Oh! Bam! I got shot! Oh! Guys! It's... Oh, I got shot. It's not... Can you... It's not looking good. Oh, going to the hospital? I don't have insurance, though. But talking has helped. I think I'll be fine. I think talking has definitely helped. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What? What? I am sorry. I am sorry. Who, in what a fucking world, you touch a fucking ancient artifact, get possessed by a spirit of whatever, you don't have any clue, which shouldn't be possible because as a dwarf, you don't have a connection to the Fate, so that's double suspicious, and you now have powers to control the stone. And you're like, I'll be fine. Talking has really helped put things into perspective. What has helped? Nothing. Talking helped, yeah. You know, great. I ran over someone the other day, but talking has helped.
Mission accomplished.
God.
Dwarves have never used magic.
So it's a concern.
We can't.
It's not the magic I know.
What do you mean?
It's
God.
clearly stone-focused.
Older
which
talks
makes
through
sense.
possession and he only threw
Dwarves are
shade.
children of
Bring
the
back
sun.
Aldred.
Mages connect to the Fade. Dwarves reach out to the stone?
You didn't even know.
Maybe?
Maybe.
I guess we don't have any real answers.
We're friends, so...
No, we're
I'm gonna
not.
be honest.
I don't know her. I don't
Feels
like
wrong.
her.
Bad.
I don't have a choice.
2 elven gods escaped the Fade and now this.
Really? I mean, I became possessed and started doing like weird shit that I shouldn't be possible. But you don't support me? That's so mean. Bitch!
What if it's connected?
Okay, I know we need to be wary, but I think this is a good thing.
Why would you think that?
Connected
I don't care how you
to
think.
the stone.
Yeah,
Dwarves
she
call
should have been
themselves
Sandal.
Children of the stone. Some of us have what we call stone sense. Those that have it can feel caves,
You don't have it though.
lyrium veins and faults in the rock. I wasn't one of them.
No, you weren't.
Maybe the dagger unlocks something hidden.
Why on you and not on a dwarf,
But
you know,
this is
rook dwarf?
more than the
Why
stone
not?
sense I know.
Because it doesn't make any sense,
We
because they
don't
didn't think
like
that,
what's
you know, that far ahead.
But it's not going to be a problem for us working together, is it?
You are a problem.
I'll be watching. If it does become an issue, we'll deal with it.
How?
Just like that, huh?
Yep. Just like that.
You haven't dealt with anything.
everything
You
else.
haven't done a
I'll
single
send
thing.
word to the Grey Wardens about
Not
what you
once
saw.
have they done anything.
Then I'm gonna
At
lie
all.
down.
And we need more answers about what the
My
gods
God.
are doing. I'll find some place to relax.
Yeah, the Kinari
and
looks
try
like
to
a
get souls in the
cosplayer,
Fade.
Trevor. And I
Good
did try
luck.
my best.
Try not to let him get
She's
you.
so special. She's not like the
Feels
other
like we're
dwarves.
finally making some
Bro.
progress. And I'm not
It's
sure
a fan
what
fiction.
new magic's
A bad
about.
one, okay? I write
But
fan fiction.
I know it feels right.
It doesn't matter how you feel. It's not a vibe thing. It's not.
With their eyes on the Dreadwolf and the gods he'd set loose.
God!
They couldn't see their own personal demons coming to haunt
The
them.
book has come out.
Harding told herself it felt right. She was connected to the stone.
It's not
to
so
the lost
stupid.
Titans, and all of dwarven history with its buried secrets. How could that be anything but good?
It's bad. Like, why her? Do they ever explain why her? Why she is special? Because Rook can be a dwarf and they don't get possessed. Ah. It's so stupid. It's so inconsistent. Because and I understand, it's a pure lyrium dagger. And I understand she's a dwarf, so that would unlock something in her. Sure, whatever. But what if your Rook is a dwarf? Why don't they, change upon touching the dagger? Because we have seen that they touch the dagger. You know what I mean? And it's just ridiculous. Also, she can feel that is right. She should be scared. She should be terrified because it shouldn't be possible. They maybe dislike Varric in this one because it's such a nostalgia bait that it's not even funny. You know what I mean? It's not even remotely funny. Ew. I don't know if that's better or worse, you know what I mean? You're really brave to come back to these damn twists. I'm surprised, especially after having so many better games to choose from. Yeah, I feel you, honestly. Why am I doing this? Because I don't know any better. God. This fucking game. Imagine being possessed by literally Earth itself and being I'm like getting a vibe and I think it's fine. Like, I don't know why you guys are so worried about me. Girl, it shouldn't be possible. That's why. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Let's change the armor because it's pissing me off. Like, there's no sense of urgency whatsoever. There's not a moment where they're like, no, they sit down and they first of all, they say, we have fucked up. We have fucked up in ways that, like, they don't acknowledge that they fucked up. Not a single time. That they did this. They caused this. Okay? It's not even something that, because it was always gonna happen, right? But it's not something they admit. Like, oh, we knew this was gonna happen. We knew that there was gonna be consequences to stopping Solas, but we had to make that sacrifice. They don't phrase it like that. They're surprised. That we messed up. They're surprised about it. Like, girl, the fuck do you mean? Surprised. The audacity. The fucking audacity of bringing Origins into this. I have never played Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, they're not even taking, like, why in God's green earth you would see something that it's ancient and powerful and your first reaction is just fucking grabbing it with your bare hands? Who does that? Crazy people. That's who. whatever. You know what I mean? At some point, you just... Who cares anymore? I don't. I certainly fucking don't. I'm telling you right now. Fuck off. I don't care enough about you to do anything with you. Just not gonna lie. I simply don't give a fuck. Ah, Varric. Varric. I mean, we get a possessed demon guy whose entire personality is coffee. I'm not ready for fucking Lucanis. I'm not ready. I'm not ready because it doesn't make any sense. And I will talk at length. I will talk at length. Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about it, because from beginning to end, his entire fucking questline, it's absolutely fucking stupid as hell. Because what are the odds? What are the fucking odds that when we go to rescue him at a maximum security prison, you know, secured by blood mages, he happens to escape that same day?
Nev, or Harding, must have put my pack here. Makes sense. Better place to sleep than the infirmary. Guess I can spare a few moments to unpack my things.
Do I have a choice?
Varric and his
best part of the game.
I asked him how we were supposed to stop Solus, and he gave me this.
Why is she talking about Varric in past tense when we just saw him in the infirmary?
Get it done. Well, if I'm the one who's got to get it done, I should stop admiring myself and get to work.
Look, no, thank you. I'm not gonna do that. Fuck this game.
The on-time commander I took this from thought occupying Treviso was the same as owning it. I showed him how wrong he was.
Except you didn't, because they're occupying Treviso right now.
Including Varric. That's
why are you telling me this out loud?
For carrying out unauthorized operations.
Crazy. She's crazy. She's crazy.
It was the right thing to do. But
no, it wasn't! You're a crow! You don't do the right thing. You don't do the right thing. You get paid, and you do the bad thing. You get paid enough, and they tell you, you know what? I want you to murder that little child with a little like bunny rabbit plushie. I want them dead. And you do it, because you're a crow, and that's what you do.
Bring the Antom down hard on the crows. I probably could have made fewer waves.
Why are you talking to yourself? You know this information!
The peddler gave me this after I saved his caravan from bandits. He was so impressed with the vitar that Kunari wear to protect our faces, and the firewood.
Except you wouldn't wear vitar to protect your face, because you're not a true Kunari, and you have not grown within the Kun. You're a Talvashoth. Or a Kosith, if you want to push it. You're not a Kunari. Kunari, it's, you know, it's people who follow the Kun. The religion of the Kun. The culture of the Kun. It's not the name of the race. An elf that follows the Kun, it's also a Kunari.
He saw at a Ravani festival. Said he had no idea my people were
why would a Kunari become a crow? You can't, first of all. First of all, you can't. You don't become a crow, right? You don't go into your crow headquarters and you say, hey, can I check that you were hiring? No. You get sold as a child and bought into the crows, and then you get trained throughout your childhood. And if you die, you die, and if you don't, you become a crow. It's not something that it's like, so are you gonna give me like a little class on murder, or no? So that means that she would have grown in the crow, in a house of the crows. She would have been bought by them. In this case, I think it's the Riva. It's her crow, like her crow house or whatever. So she would never. What are they doing? You know what I'm talking about? Like, do you think the crows who get paid to murder people and basically control how Antiva works from the shadows, they're basically the fucking mafia, they're like in touch with their sensitivity, and they, you know, allow the children they bought to get in touch with their roots? Is that what we're saying here? Is that, yeah, I will buy kids and torture them and make them kill each other, but I draw the line at them not knowing their roots. Right?
My people. Not like I grew up under the Qun. Probably wouldn't have been a good fit given all the rules. But
They've established what these beings are called if they don't follow the Qun. Koseth.
With everything else going on.
But Koseth which we're never gonna see, by the way. So the original race was called Koseth. And Koseth were Qunari, not like these ones. Think about Qunari in Dragon Age 2, like that look, and just amp it to like 11. They looked much more like dragons. Like they were much more related and looked like dragons than they did people. And those were called Koseth. And then the Qunari, you know, started the Qun, and they've always been known as Qunari. Yeah, the non-Qunari are called Vidathari, but they're Qunari. They're more Qunari than she's Qunari. Seven was literally bought from a whorehouse and trade from childhood. Exactly. You know? And you will see it with Lucanis. Like, Lucanis' whole fucking gripe with the crows and why, you know, he doesn't like his grandmother that much is because she hit him with her cane when he was growing up. Motherfucker, getting hit with a cane is nothing compared to what happened back then. You know what I'm talking about? Crazy, crazy. Yeah, a Qunari Rook will be a Vashoth, exactly, and would never be acknowledged as a Qunari. Ever.
The ever-turning orb.
Also, I don't even...
My final training project as an apprentice.
Again, this is completely impossible. Because this implies, first of all, it's been 10 years. So it's canon that the circles still exist. So if you guys voted and chose to not get the circles back, fuck you, I guess. Your choices don't matter. This implies that she went to the Circle of Magi and, you know, she had a training project as an apprentice, which, what the fuck are you talking about? What is that? What is the purpose? The ever-turning orb? Who the fuck do you think you are? What do you think you're doing in a circle? Fucking creating thingamajibs? That's not how the circles work, first of all. And you don't get projects, okay? You're just trained for long enough that you get a hold on how to use magic, and then you're pitted against a demon, and if you get possessed, you lose the game, and if you don't get possessed, you win and you become an enchanter. Okay? This doesn't even... And this is a crow, like a rook crow, that should have been trained since childhood in the House of the Crows, but it also implies that she was sent to the Circle of Magi. But she's a crow, which means she shouldn't have been in a circle because she was being trained to murder people as a child. Also, you don't leave the circle. You don't leave the circle. You don't ever leave the circle. So it doesn't make any sense.
I spent months finding the
No, you
precise
didn't.
balance of energy flows.
No,
to
you
make
did
the
not.
enchantment permanent.
But you have to think, because people will look at me and say, it's not that bad. They knew what they were doing. They did know. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Wouldn't the girls have not put her in a circle? Yes, they would not have given her to the circle. Or they wouldn't have accepted a mage as a crow. Period. Because they're volatile and you don't know when they're going to turn against you. But whatever. I guess, yeah, there was like an exchange program.
Might have gone faster if I hadn't been exhausted from too many late-night escapades.
Where?
Oh well.
You're in a
Still got it
circle.
done.
You're not allowed to leave. And you have noticed
Right.
how you can be a mage and whatever, and you can go to the circle, but you cannot be a Templar
How do
because
I
that's
connect to
problematic.
Solace?
Yeah, there's technology.
Sleep?
They fucking turned like magic into technology, and they didn't even explain
clear my mind.
where this came from. Like, that's not how it works. It isn't a college. The whole thing, and the whole thing that you could have done, because I wanted the Circles of Magi to become a college. And that's why you choose to, you know, make Liliana the divine. Because if she's like the divine, there's more options of the circles actually becoming places of study. But you cannot choose who is the divine in this. You can't. So you don't... So they're not places of education. They're not fucking optional. They're not. I'm so pissed. They do exist. But the whole thing is you cannot be two things at the same time. That's not, you're not, you know, quirky like that.
Hello, Dreadwolf.
Ah, but perhaps I am mistaken. You may be
Matt, you're giving them too much
tell me that
credit.
my concerns were unfounded. Did I?
I wish Awakening
overstate
played a
the
major
danger?
role in the game. The architect is better. Like, we should have built the entire fucking Dragon Age series starting from Awakening. Awakening is one of the best fucking things ever.
No, it appears to be just about as bad as you said.
How unfortunate for you.
I need to know what the gods are planning.
You are asking for knowledge no mortal in this world is privy
You're
to.
mortal.
If I am to
You're not a
share
god.
with
Bad writing. Bad writing. Solus, since minute one, has been constantly telling us they're not gods. In this game, they're not gods. They're powerful mages. They're not gods. They're not gods. They're not gods. And now, he's treating us like he's a god and we're just like mere peasants. Oh, you're not entitled to that knowledge. Only gods are privy to that knowledge. You have established multiple times already that you're not a god, and they're not gods either.
I need to know what makes you the right person to lead the fight against Algernon and get a name.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's the thing, Trevor. Like, you know, you choose and you live with the consequence of those choices. And then you expect, if there's, you know, a game set up 10 years after the fact, that your choices would actually hold water and have weight, but they don't.
Someone has to do something. I may not be the right person for this job, but I'm the only one left.
So your call to action is that any attempt is better than none?
Back in the Crows, I had to deal with the Antom invasion. One night, I saw a unit getting ready to transport prisoners to another city.
And the fact that they made Antiva, like Antiva is getting like invaded by Rivain would be invaded by the Qunari again. Not Antiva, like Rivain would fall first and then Antiva. Because Rivain is literally close as hell to the Qunari like seat of power. But whatever.
It was way too large for us to hit.
But you did so anyway, using unconventional
Oh,
tactics to
Marceline,
confuse
if you
the
want my
enemy.
notes, I'll give them to you.
How do you know that?
You helped Varric pursue me for the better part of a year. It would have been foolish not to learn about who was hunting me.
Then you know that if someone has to make a call, I'll do it.
I suppose I was not so different when I started.
I hated what they do with the Blight, by
My
the way.
rebellion against
They made
the
it
Elven
lame
gods.
as hell.
The elven gods.
It's the Titans are really
They wish to
angry.
reclaim their dominion
And they
over
go,
this world.
and the Blight
They
happens,
understand
except
they will
then it
need
doesn't
two
make any
things.
sense.
First,
How the
Blight.
Blight
What
operates.
exists in this world is a bare fragment of its power.
And why does
The
it,
rest is imprisoned
why does
until
the Blight inherently try to wipe out mankind and mortals when they only have beef with elves? And why do they corrupt all gods? You know, and why is it like, you know, like every hundreds of years there's a Blight? Like there's no consistency whatsoever, and they don't explain it, so, you know. Yeah, call to action hate them more than office jargon writing because they're gonna do anything else. In Origins, there were psychotics that said that the Qunari never attacked Antiva because they were afraid of the crows. Not anymore. I feel bad for Dragon Age fans. You guys got taken for a long ride. My girlfriend was a Dragon Age fan, but she couldn't get past Inquisition. Inquisition was the beginning of the end. Bye-bye, Jungle. Bro, given the whole life story is such a bad call, lying to Saws would have been much more interesting. 100%.
I don't understand. Elganon and Gillenane were elves like you, right? Why would they want to blight the world?
It is my fault. As the Dread Wolf, I was a thorn in their side.
There was no Golden City, Trevor. There's no Maker and there's no Golden City. It was the elves all along. The Golden City was just their cities. That's it. And they tainted, the blight was on the other side of the veil. Well, it was everywhere, which again, doesn't make any fucking sense. You know what I mean? Because Solas put up the veil after the fact. Until that point, the Fate and the Waking World were one and the same. Even when Elganon and Gillenane and the other elven gods were messing with the blight and being blighted and blighting other people and creating the Darkspawn. But then it didn't infect the world. It stopped. It waited. Also, why would they be able to control the blight when it's literally their like sworn enemies made into a plague? It's literally the conscience of the Titans. And again, that doesn't make any sense. You know why doesn't it make any sense? Because the whole thing is, right? They sever the Titans from their bodies. The Titans became tranquil, which means your conscience and your body, they're severed. And your conscience is, you know, detached from your body and you don't have any emotions, or you cannot, you know, like see the world through the eyes of someone that has a connection to the Fate. And then that was before the veil was put up, right? So that means that the angry conscience of the Titans became corrupted and was everywhere. And it was powerful enough that in Origins we see and we have heard that it can corrupt ancient dragons and people, turn them into something else, and then collectively use like a hive mind and awaken them. And send them into a rampage and just, you know, take over the world. But they didn't do that when it first happened, when they allowed themselves, the blight that they created, to be used by their arch enemies to... You know what I'm talking about? Do you understand what I'm talking about? The whole blight portion of this game doesn't make sense timeline-wise. I wish I could, like, actually explain it to you in more, like, layman terms. Because I don't know if you guys, you know, I don't know if you guys can understand. But the whole reason why Solas was a spirit, and so were the elven gods. They were all spirits. And at some point, spirits in, you know, in dwarves and humans were all coexistent in the same plane of existence, right? And then the spirits somewhat, because they don't fucking explain it to you, and they don't explain to you how they came to that conclusion, and how they achieved what they achieved, they came to a conclusion that if they use the blood of the Titans, which is the blue lyrium, and they craft a dagger, they can make themselves with the blood, they can create vessels for themselves. They can create bodies. Which is... So, they went to war with the Titans to collect the blood and create bodies for all the elves. And that's what happened. Like the elves that you see now, well, not now, but the ancient elves are just spirits that made themselves bodies, basically. And then the Titans became tranquil. Like Solas made the Titans tranquil because they were at war with one another. So that means the conscience of the Titans and their bodies weren't connected anymore, so they couldn't attack them physically. But their conscience is still like existed in the world. And it became corrupted by their anger towards the elves, and that became a plague, and it became the taint and the blight. And then they didn't do anything. They sat there and allow themselves to be used by the elven gods who created the Darkspawn. Because not even the Titans created the Darkspawn. Gillinan created the Darkspawn using the Blight. And they made themselves better and stronger using the Blight. So are the Titans pussies? Are the Titans like fucking bitches? Because you're telling me that your enemy, it's using your blood to craft themselves bodies, which, great. And then they're using your corrupted conscience to make themselves better, and you cannot take over their bodies? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. And then after everything happened and Solas tricked the gods into, you know, being all in one place, and he created a barrier, then he separated the Fade and the waking world, right? Where we are, not right now, but where we operate, it's the waking world. And then you go to sleep and you go into the Fade, right? Great. But the thing is, the Blight was loose the entire time. The entire time it was loose and it was being used. So why did the Blight wait? They don't explain that. They don't explain that. Also, how can you just attack a Titan like it's nothing and bleed it dry and not die? It's crazy. Also, why would a lyrium dagger that it's made by the blood of the Titan affect the Titan to begin with? They nerfed the Titans. They made them pussies. It's ridiculous. It's sickening. It's stupid. And it pisses me the fuck off because it doesn't make any sense. Not timeline-wise and just like not like logically. Because the Blight was free to affect and corrupt everything, but it chose not to. Until millions of years later, when Tevinter Magisters physically breached into the Fade, and then the Blight came out. But it could have done that so much earlier, and then the way that the Blight behaves doesn't make sense. Because what's the purpose? If you are like a Titan, and your enemies are the elves, and all you remember, and all you are now is just this echo of anger and pain and hurt, because they basically fucking evicted you from your body, and they doomed your children into becoming, you know, husk of their former selves. Why, as the Blight that you are now, would you just rise and kill everybody? You know what I'm talking about? You know what? Also, we know now that the old gods are not interesting at all, because again, say it with me, it was the elves, guys. It was the elves. The old gods are basically like very ancient, powerful dragons who we thought were interesting, and they were gods in their own right. No. The ancient gods, the old gods, were just normal-ass dragons that the Evanuris, which are the elven gods, had as pets, and they could transfer their conscience into the dragon. And that is not important in Origins, because the Titans are basically corrupting and possessing ancient vessels for the old gods. And that doesn't affect the old god, like the Evanuris that they're connected to. The Maker doesn't exist. And it is heavily implied that Flemeth was Andraste. The Maker doesn't exist. The Golden Throne does exist. The Golden City doesn't exist. It's all the elves.
When my
everything that was interesting about Veilguard,
and turned
Veilguard of Dragon Age, they completely retconned.
They were blind to its horror. It was just another source of power for them. Now they would blight the world without hesitation and call us backward and foolish for opposing them.
So this is saying, right, that the reason why the Blight corrupts, it's not even because the Titans want to corrupt everything. It's because the Evanuris want to corrupt everything.
The Blight didn't escape with the gods?
Elganon and Gillenane escaped largely empty-handed.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And he says, most of the Blight is still trapped in the prison I created ages ago. Except it isn't. Though. Because we've had 5 Blights until that point. 5. So it isn't contained. It isn't contained. And what are you talking about? They broke out from the prison. The prison was blown wide open. And conveniently, only they escaped. They're blighted themselves. It's so stupid.
Fortunately. Most of the Blight is still trapped in
Oh
the prison
my
I
God.
created ages ago.
So what we saw at the village, that's them not at full strength?
It's so bad.
Correct.
The rest of the Blight is imprisoned? There's more than what's in the world already?
Yes. Centuries ago, the Magisters of Tevinter opened my prison. A tiny fragment of the Blight escaped. That fragment grew beneath the earth and led to the Blights that have swept across the world. However terrible the Blight is now, it is a mere fraction of what we will see if its full power is unleashed.
What would they need to do to free the
I'm
Blight?
pissed.
And how do
I'm
you
so
stop them from
pissed.
doing it?
They will need to pierce the veil to reach the Blight's prison. My Lyrium dagger is one of the few artifacts capable of doing so.
Except it ain't. And you had more of an effect in Inquisition with that silly little orb that you had. Because that really did a number on the fucking veil. Than you did with your silly little fucking dagger, Solus. Shut
We've
up.
already recovered it from the ritual site.
Excellent. Then they will have to make their own. That will give you time.
Will
You
it?
said the gods needed 2 things, and the Blight is the first. What's the second?
Spoken to you in a totally normal way. Wait until
They
it gets all
call
snarky,
themselves
bro.
gods. And what is a god without worshippers to sing their praises?
You think they want the elves back? I don't think the elven people will bend a knee to blighted, murderous monsters.
Agreed.
Why
Elven
wouldn't
and
they? They
Gillenane
think
care
they're
little for the
gods.
elves.
What the fuck happened?
Who's hungry for power?
It,
Tyrants and
it
bullies.
minimized
The
itself.
cruel and the corrupt, who fear their own vulnerability and seize any chance to feel strong.
They couldn't afford animators after paying to have the hair effects done. They couldn't.
Thank you. I'll go poke at the cruel and corrupt, and we'll see what we find.
So there's no Golden City, Souls cause the Blight, and the dominant faith of Thetis is basically a lie. Yes.
If you
This
master
game
its
sucks so
secrets.
much. How can you play this
Have you
shit
done
twice?
so?
Razor.
Not yet, but we've got one of the Veil Jumpers working on it.
So
She'll get
bad.
it sorted, and we'll see how it goes.
Yes. I suppose we will.
I had to write that down.
And
The
when
whole
you
fucking
speak with
spiel that
Val,
I did with the fucking...
Please tell him that I regret what happened.
No, you don't. Okay. Blight. Titans. Corrupted. Dreams. Used by the Evanuris. To blight the world. Except they didn't for some fucking reason when they could have, which is fucking retarded. It's stupid. And how do you contain the blight? Like, how do you do that? They don't show that to you because they don't know either. Also, don't get me fucking started in the whole like, oh, the Darkspawn in this one are actually the old, like the original version of Darkspawn, but now they're better because Gillenane tweaked them. Except they're not better. They're not better. than the ones in Origins. You know? I suppose if you've never played a Dragon Age game before and this was your entrance, if you were like 13, this would be a dope game, especially if your grandma bought this for Christmas. I don't think so. Why wouldn't the elves believe in the Evanores? Isn't the whole point? Exactly! They still... And the thing is, they believe in the Evanores in their own fictitious way. So why wouldn't they believe that the fucking weird-looking motherfuckers with godly power, you know, are gods? Like, why wouldn't they believe that? Isn't that over there? What? Stupid. Why would I do that? Yeah, Gil just downgraded the fucking Darkspawn. It's ridiculous. Doesn't make sense. Once you start pulling out the thread, it all unravels. You know? They don't understand the difference between the Blight and the Taint because they had to change it. And people make fun of me. They're like, oh, what do you call it, the Taint? The Taint is the Taint. And the Blight is what happens when the Taint corrupts enough people and an old god awakens and all the Darkspawn are sent into a crusade by the old god. That's a Blight. The disease is called the Taint. Okay? Only OGs know this information. The concept art book is better. It is. If they hit the maker so bad, they could have gone the cosmic horror route inspired by H.P. Lovecraft. That would require a level of skill.
So Solus told the truth about the gods.
You heard? It's bad, Varric.
I'm sorry. So Solus told you the truth about the gods. How would he know? You stupid dumb cow. How would he know? He's bedridden. And Solus is in your head. How would he know this information? Oh, you heard? Oh. The Taint is wokeness, the Blight is woke
The team
police.
needs to act fast.
Don't talk about Ferelden. It pisses me off.
Leading from a bed. You've got to take
The
point
Mother
on
was way a
this.
better villain. Anyone, any mini boss in Origins and Awakening are better villains than the fucking, you know. Ugh.
I'll get it done.
I never doubted it.
I do.
Harding, mate.
Rook, when I put this team together, what did I look for? A detective to find the Dreadwolf, and a scout to get us the lay of the land.
They're not very
Exactly
good.
the people he'd expect me to recruit. Disciplined, predictable. And then there's you. Remember when we first met, kid? I watched you pick apart an entire Antam patrol in Treviso. They outnumbered you 20-1.
They were overconfident. I took advantage.
Which no one else did. Crows didn't appreciate the heat it brought down, but you've got it, kid.
For what?
Finding a way through the wildest shit I've ever seen.
Except she
With
doesn't.
a plan that no one
And we don't
expects.
know this information because instead of using the origins like they did in Dragon Age Origins and showing us who we are as a person before we're part of a team to establish your character, they fucking tell you who you are. Which I thought the whole point of this fucking game was you don't get to tell me who I am. I know who I am. But no.
On the best day of his life, Solus wouldn't see you coming, Rook. And don't worry. I'll still be here to talk if you need me.
They are now made from the Taint. Gillian made them in a lab. She puts, you know, like fucking Isma from Cusco. She put her fucking goggles on and her lab coat and she made them from the Blight, from the Taint.
There is something. Demeter's Crossing.
They wanted to be clever. Each Origins in this game would have been
While we
based
were
on guild
there,
rather than
we found
heroism.
one survivor,
100%.
The mayor.
You took him
I'm
back
telling you,
to the
Varric should have
Veilguard.
died. I mean, he's
Not
dead.
everyone was happy about
But
my
he should have
decision.
died.
We're just starting out and I'm already losing their trust.
This is also you comment. Solus is... We're talking to Solus right now. That's Solus. That's not Varric. That's Solus. Solus, they could have made it so compelling. That Solus using Varric's likeness to manipulate us into getting him out of the Fade.
Trust isn't to only make decisions everyone agrees with. It's showing the team that they can tell you whatever's on their mind, even if they think you're full of crap. And know you'll listen.
Did Nev tell you about me talking to Solus in the Fade?
I had some good arguments with Chuckles back in
He's
the day.
useless.
I can't imagine being stuck with him in my head. But how are you feeling about it?
It doesn't matter how I feel about it. We can't stop the gods without what he knows.
It's so
And there you
long-winded.
go. You don't have to love him to deal with him.
He also asked me to tell you that
4,
he
I don't care.
regrets what happened.
I just won't play it. Why would I play Baldur's Gate 4 if I can just play Baldur's Gate 3
He could
for
burn
the
world
next 20
down.
years?
The thing that would make him cry is
If
a
I can just see
single flower
like
with
people do what they did with Fallout 4 and create new games out of Baldur's Gate 3. Like, I'm good.
I'll let you get some rest.
You're gonna be fine, Rook.
I don't know if I'm gonna be fine.
Hey, one last thing before you go.
What do you want?
I've been racking my brain thinking of contacts who might help us with these gods.
You got any ideas?
Nothing. But being a leader isn't about having all the answers
So
yourself.
what the fuck are you talking about?
It's about knowing who does. Nev has connections to a whole world that Harding and I barely know. Might be worth talking to her.
I don't think it
Will
is.
do. Thanks, Varric.
Anytime.
Greenbush is gonna crash and burn out of the industry, and that's just what it is. Because if you think people are not gonna sound the alarm and they're gonna boycott her next project, it is what it is. It is what it is, and it is fair, in my opinion. Okay. Let's talk to them bitches. Frostbite regress. What the fuck is wrong with Varric's face? It's the style that they chose. It's so bad. Yeah. Should have stuck with the Sims. I don't know what they were thinking. I mean, there was no one else. That's the thing. Everyone that was someone and was competent in that company left. And it's all a matter of like, it's not that you got promoted because you could.
I remember.
It's because there was no one else above you, so you just had to fill those positions. That's it. But I could have mentioned Hong Kong, one of the twins, as a potential contact. That would imply, again, that your choices in previous games matter. And they're acknowledged, but they're not.
I don't even know what we lost.
Yeah, focus. Again, I love the romance in this, which is like, oh, she's actively distressed because she doesn't understand what's happening with her. And your Rook is like, girl, you're so cute. Shut up.
What?
You can't. You cannot work on The Sims and then work on an RPG.
What is it?
Especially an RPG that you have never
is an affirmation,
like been
a
part of.
statement of existence, of being. It means I am here.
Great.
But no, not I. I is singular, but it isn't. We either. We is multiple, but also separate.
What?
We have established that working for a big company nowadays and working on a AAA or quadruple-A title doesn't mean shit.
I am, we are
And
this and that,
they will
here,
go
there,
down
now, and
hard
forever.
if we want them to. And that's just the reality. Likes Mass Effect more than Dragon Age? Yeah. Mass Effect, who didn't know? I'm sorry, can anyone raise their hands if you didn't know that EA put more effort into making Mass Effects than they did Dragon Age? Everyone knows this information. Mass Effect, it's literally, you know, the chicken that lays golden eggs. It's always been. So of
How
course.
does this get us anywhere?
Right. I guess.
Also, I
it
feel like
would
they
be
were
like
so
a
proud that
way
they
to
made up this
explain
single
how
word that
magic
Hardy
feels
won't shut
to
up about it. As if
someone who
languages
doesn't
don't
have it?
exist in the universe.
I'm
Yeah.
certain Isatunal describes how we, the dwarves, once were. But none of the books say anything about it. None of the histories are right. if we forgot.
Whoever likes
something
Andromeda
so
hates the
important-
trilogy. Hates Mir, Hale, and others. They're jealous and hate the trilogy because it brought in money. Well, Bioware made nothing for a
sorry.
decade.
I don't expect you to have an answer.
When they
Thanks
bought
for
Mass
all
Effect
the
after the
babble,
first
by the
game, it
way.
broke my heart.
Anytime.
Romance in this made me
That's what I'm here
cringe.
for.
Emmerich's was only just bearable, and that was after he was skeleton. I think Davrin's is also one of the most normal ones. It doesn't make it good, but you know. Good chat, Hardin, about absolutely fucking nothing. I love that I can follow up on conversation, yeah. We have established that anything that EA touches turns to ash, and that's just the reality of it, I guess. And I will be there, like front row with popcorn, if you guys are interested, when EA crashes and burns, like Ubisoft is crashing and burning, you know? Yeah, sure, like, I'm telling you,
Nev.
this game would have been a completely different game if, A, it was made by people that actually know what they were doing, like talented people, people that worked on previous titles, and if it was what it was intended to be, which it's 100%, it's endgame. Like, this is the Avengers endgame of fucking Dragon Age. This is the moment where you have to bring back the hero Ferelden if they're alive. You have to bring back Hawk. You have to bring back Alistair, Morrigan, every single companion, even if they're like advisors. This is the moment where you bring them all back. But they don't. You're trying to tell me, right, that 2 Elven Gods are free. And they are literally gonna end the world as we know it. And, I mean, I know what happened. Because they, off-screen, just destroyed Ferelden and Orlais and, you know. Because that's a good idea. That's great to do. Do something so massive off-screen. But you're trying to tell me that, you know, no one from the previous titles, no companies, like no Fenris, no Mariel, no one would like actually show up during the final fight or, you know, to help. Right. Right.
Wisps?
Yeah, they're still here, but you're here for leads. You want allies to go after the gods? I've got places to look, if we can get anywhere but Arlathan.
Balara's working on it. What have you got?
Let's start with the angles we know. The gods are corrupt magic personified. Who do we hire to fight them?
No one.
First, the Antivan crows.
Why? 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 What good is an assassin against magic?
We've got you. But if one assassin's good...
Why not two? You have someone in mind?
Your most feared mage killer, the Demon of Virantium.
I've heard stories about him. We need someone good, but he needs to work with us.
It's one lead.
And they're so worried, like, oh, he's travel. And then you meet him, he's like, do you guys want some pastries with your tea?
There's been fewer
Do you want me
stories
to
in
bake you a
recent years,
cake?
But your bosses would know.
The Talons? They're gonna give me an earful.
If you want to look elsewhere.
I'll set up a meeting. What else?
A trip home.
Back to Minrathous.
Capital city and heart.
You must not like the Antivan Crows. These ones? No, they're not the Antivan Crows. They're pussies.
Tevinter Authority
won't help and can't be trusted, which is why we talk to the Shadow Dragons. They're a resistance group that fights slavers, blood magic, and imperial corruption. They've got eyes and ears everywhere.
They haven't been doing a good job either.
If the gods
None of these people haven't been doing a good job of doing anything.
Something. Besides, I owe them an update.
Are they all mages?
Tevinter might prize its mages, but the Shadows accept anyone. We've all got a stake in the cause.
You sure we can trust these Shadow Dragons?
Who cares?
You've got a better shot with them than
you don't have a choice. You're literally gonna fucking go back to the crows who are killers for hire.
I wouldn't mind checking in.
Like, can we trust them though? Who
if
cares?
Balara's ready for us.
Yeah. Should check how things are going.
Magic and crows don't mix. If it's Templar, yeah, but there's no Templars in this universe. Because it's problematic. Ooh. Have you guys noticed that? The Templars are problematic because they're basically like the police. And we don't like the police. Apparently. and why do we have a fucking detective in a game universe that was originally based in like Middle Ages technology with magic? Your guess is as good as mine. Also, why is she? Who cares about her?
Almost there. I just have to.
And she doesn't explain what she's doing. I have to do one of these and one of these.
No, I got it.
Do you?
Mostly.
I see.
These are
Enjoy
fun
Savary. Yeah.
Aren't they?
They like the maker either.
Reflections. They distort reality, no matter what you try.
I was arguing like you for the first 6 chapters. I got tired of it. I couldn't return the game. I gave it away so I didn't have it in the house. Someone sent me a picture the other day, and it's being sold on retail places for like $6-9 and stuff like that.
There you have it.
Like not even $10. It's what it deserves.
What is that place?
If I had to guess, it's the Fade. Another part.
Don't
of
guess.
Didn't Morrigan say this Illuvian could go anywhere? Didn't think that meant elsewhere in the Fade.
She called it the Veer of Us. Freedom of ways.
Did she?
I wonder.
Were you there?
If you have an idea what that place is, Belara, share it. We don't have time to waste.
Some of the older texts talk about a place in the Fade where all the Illuvians.
I hate the lack of accents in this, by the way.
Where you could travel across all of Thedas in just
God.
minutes.
Right. We saw something similar when we were chasing Solus.
Fire Belar's just not good at tech support. She's not good at nothing.
It is alike, and it is not.
Again, something just appears out of the fucking ether. And none of them are on their guard. None of them try to, you know, defend themselves or are spooked or anything. They don't act like normal ass people.
I've had enough surprises today, Spirit. Tread carefully.
The wolf's fang. You carry it now.
I guess.
Old paths. A new journey.
Yeah, they were local accents. Like nation-locked accents. And now everyone is from California. I don't get it.
Can't tell if that's a trap or not. But we're short on options. One way to find out.
How many hair products do you use for that much volume?
You know?
Me?
Almost more sad.
Abu? My hair is wavy. If you're asking about my hair.
No matter whatever or whoever else they are.
I bet Brooke's face, she looks like me when I was 10.
That means they're dangerous.
Listen, we tried our
Keep your
best,
weapons
okay?
ready.
And we still don't know what this Illuvian's gonna do. One of us should probably stay behind in case it closes.
Good point.
Just tell us when you're ready to go, Rook, and then we can figure out what's going on.
What does the Ministina character says to another in this game? Nothing. I don't trust you. That, probably. Fuck you, dwarf. I'd rather take Belara with me. No. No, you. Was that an Iberian accent on Emmerich? Exactly, like Cassandra, a German accent. Then Belara should have a Scottish accent, or Irish, or whatever. I think Neff does have a British accent, or kind of, something like that. I don't fucking know. Yeah, all of them should have locked accents. The only ones that are supposed to have American accents are the dwarves. And it's because they're dwarves. And if they're raised on the surface, they should have the accents of the nations they were raised in. So, Hardin should have an accent, a British accent, actually. But she doesn't. So it just loses, like, you know, a spice. Is Morrigan VA the same? Yeah, it's Gloria Black. What a beast.
Now, I am here.
And where is here?
I want to say our demon to come back. No, whatever we got in this game, bro. The death of the desired demon, it has to be studied. Those are American. Yeah, if they're from Orzammar. I would like to identify as a dwarf. I don't care.
Are we safe
I am
here,
constantly
or are we
using
gonna get swarmed
the
by more demons?
angry options, the stern options. so you guys can see just how mean I can be, which is not one bit.
Blight, death, madness. They send their minions to claim this place.
I wonder if Claudia wept after she finished her lines for this travesty. I think she cashed the check and fucking called it a day. You know what I mean?
You don't have to. If you're standing against the gods, then consider us reinforcements.
Sure. Yeah, and the article dropped about, you know, justifications for why Veilguard failed. Except they claimed that it didn't fail. And now they're claiming that it did fail. But it's not their fault. It's someone else's fault. Which one is it? It failed or it didn't fail? Which one is it? No consistency. Those had English accents, which made sense because they had very little interaction with the surface. They had American accents.
So you can ferry us to the other islands.
Winds
Didn't
await, dweller.
I'll take that as a yes.
Fucking take me places, dude.
The deeper currents.
Shut up. Don't talk to me. Lack of sales usually results in failure. Yeah. Did we learn the origins of Kinari in this? No. No, we didn't. So why would we?
The spirits here were driven out. Refugees now from the gods.
And we thought the ancient dragons were actually sentient, but this one literally showed that it wasn't. So if I have to guess, the Evanuris probably made the Kinari. They were like,
which means us,
you know,
too.
what would happen if you make a dragon into a little person? And that's what they did. That's basically that. If I have to guess, honestly. I don't like that mage outfit Rogue is wearing. Her all-ass arm is just red. Yeah. Yeah, beautiful. Origins. I want the slutty crow.
Fade test. That's where they're breaking through.
How did the Venatori get in here? Was it always this easy to get into the Fade? Because I recall that there were only like 2 or 3 instances of people physically walking into the Fade. And now people can just walk into the Fade like it's Target.
The gods are breaching the Fade itself. And just for us. Here we go. Point on for your mark.
I'm busy, bro. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, this is the illusion of choice. The video game. Can you guys do anything? Like at all? A la hostia terrible. Hey, no. First time the Gnari Emerald race, just a mistake. That's the kind of content I want. Whatever. This game is depressing. Oh, it is. Oh, it is. It's Disney. It's Disney Channel. Not even the good one. Not Hannah Montana Disney Channel. This is current Disney Channel. The one you don't even let your kids watch because it's just, what is this? It's boring.
It dwells on this island. Challenge the champion and
Inquisition also had the illusion of choice. It wasn't this blatant. Because by that instance, Dragon Age 2 also had the, you know, anything that became Mass Effect-like, it's an illusion of choice, the video game. But they weren't as fucking blatant with it. Like, this is just insulting to your intelligence. More shit, let's go.
The Guardians can't hold them off for long.
I don't care. They can do whatever the fuck they want. It's irrelevant to me. Super late to the stream, but I listened to your Dragon Age videos while I worked for my... That's so sweet! When are you gonna have the book channel? Honestly?
Inside it.
Would you guys... I mean, I don't care what you guys fucking watch or not. I want to do book reviews and do videos on my writing process. Because that would force me to write.
That's the champion we're looking for.
Hello.
Watch yourselves.
Ala.
Whatever that creature left, that can handle for us.
Oh, I did it.
That's the essence we need.
It's
cold. Ugh, I don't have to carry it for too long.
She did it. Oh my god. Sure. Any book you write, I'm loving day one. That's sweet. I promise you that it's better than this. Oh, you.
An altar to a wolf. Bet I know who that's for.
It's over here. You guys die already? Like, do I have to fucking... Why is she yelling? What is she fucking yelling? I'm not interested in none of the lore. Not gonna lie to you. About difficulty getting into the Fate, it took a blood sacrifice or a whole team of mages from the circle to get into the Fate in Origins. That was... In Origins, it was just your consciousness. We're talking about physically being in the Fate. Lara, I told you to do something. Do it.
Sure thing.
Great. What the fuck am I doing with this? You? I guess. Can I fucking... There you go. The emphasis on collecting shit their random drops they craft in. Veilguard was definitely meant to be an online game. 100%. This is Inquisition 2.0. It's, you know... It gives me a headache. Like, every time.
As the
I think about it.
champion has
It's just
so will you.
lame. Azel. It's so boring.
That
God
one
forbid
lost Veilguard.
I actually like
And they're
explore
all
on my own.
intact. I wonder where they lead.
Time
To
to
my
find out.
asshole. Get out. The fact that you are force-fed items and also don't have great sources absorb. Like, it's... It's so streamlined. It's so like, oh, this is what you can do. This is the abilities that you can have. And this is the, you know, the armor and the weapons you can have. You cannot do anything else. I could give my mage a fucking greatsword if I wanted to in Origins. Who was gonna stop me? Nobody. What is this, chorizo? Let's go to Andres. Which makes physically being in the Fate and even a larger... Yeah, fucking Origins, the Tevinter bitches had to sacrifice, I don't know, it was thousands of people to be able to reach into the Fate. How much for you to platinum this game? Thousands of dollars. You're not even... Listen, I know my worth. Oh, God. Inquisition suffer the same problem, but at least the writing is better. Exactly. Actually, no. I'm gonna take someone else because these two flirt and no one is gonna be happy. You know what I mean? Not on my watch. Origins are arcane warriors and wear heavy armor. Exactly. Hello, how you doing? In Origins, you could punch the Fate Rifts to its closure. Exactly. Bring that back. I love that your character's job class was recognized in Origins. That's what made it so unique. You made your mage could be a blood mage, and that gave you interesting dialogue. Exactly. Also, that would mean that you actually could develop your character as you wanted them to be before you were thrust into the main story. But not anymore. If you're physically in the Fate, it should be an event, not a walk in the park. Exactly. Now everyone can just fucking go. What would they call me, Rook, though? Even if I go by Rook.
It's good to see you. Meet Andaratea of House Cantora.
Andaratea!
No need to be formal with friends. Thea, please. Come. Viago is gathering the others. He's happier home.
I doubt that.
Trust me, he complains more when you're not around.
Not a mention of this, by the way. Who am I? Compared to them, who am I? No one. Nobody.
My friend says come with us.
You're not a friend.
The Antam soldiers been here.
We have suffered their company for too long. The Antam reached a stalemate in their war with Tevinter.
Do they now?
Turned here instead.
Goodness,
Antiva was
goodness.
Rich, comfortable, and has no standing army to stop them.
Oh no, that's so sad. What is this shit? Fucking...
Have you tried kale? It's a popular leaf lately.
Kale? Kale? In my Christian server? Kale? You're not even gonna make a fucking word?
Welcome. We've got all kinds of crystals here, both magical and natural.
They did have booty shorts on.
We have all sorts of medicines here for all sorts of people. You need anything for your comfort? You let Thea know.
Good.
Good, good.
I didn't finish the game the first time that I played. I will, when I reach the point where,
I'm not on top. I'm retired.
I love that she has, that Kunari has a perfect American accent. I don't speak English. Bitch.
What she could.
Fine decor for the finest homes.
Silence. Also, you know these people, right? This wench will be put down with the swiftness now that the Antam are here. Because the Antam being away from the Kyun or separated from the main branch of the Kyun doesn't mean that they're not Kunari and they don't adhere by the Kyun's laws. They would be put down.
I hate seeing Treviso ground down.
This occupation
They
will
look
not
pretty
last.
fine.
The Antivan crows remain.
They don't look...
And one day, I will see a knife through every would-be tyrant's throat.
You guys are the tyrants. You are the tyrants. Antiva is built on blood money. The mafia controls Antiva. And the princess... Oh. You are the tyrants. Who do you think you are? I am... Yeah, people enter the Fate like it's nothing. The Antivan Crows are superheroes. And they're good. They've been good all along. Never mind the, child trafficking and the murder. They're good guys.
We have arrived.
Yeah, I would know that.
Not what I expected.
The Cantori Diamond.
God. So annoyed. I'm so mad.
Did you finish that contract? To stop the Dreadwolf?
No.
Hello, Viago. And it's complicated.
How many times do I have to tell you?
Crows always finish the job.
What are you yelling at me?
We just can't take initiative, right? My running with the Antam taught me that.
If you bring the Antam one more time, I'm gonna shove my fucking fist so up your ass you're gonna kiss my knuckles. I don't care. Obviously, you're running with the Antam meant absolutely fucking nothing because they're taking over the city, you dumb cow.
Don't let him scold you too much. V was worried about you.
Why are they speaking to one another in English? You know what pisses me off? First of all, why does my rook not have an accent if she's from Antiva? First of all, right? Second of all, why are characters that are obviously native in one language not speak to each other in their language?
Look, this is Catarina de la Morte.
She would know that.
First Talon. I'm honored. Which makes
Yeah, you send one person and you send like a rookie.
Hilario de la Morte.
Like, why would you?
Her grandson.
Why would you send Rook?
Right.
Why wouldn't you send your
My
best
target is a pair
fucking
of golden
assassin?
gods, or that's what they call themselves. They're ancient blighted mages. I need our best. The man who brought blood mages and Venatori to their knees.
Lucanis.
Except you would know if you're a crow that Lucanis, it's gone.
My grandson. They called him the Demon of Virantium. He was the one who did those jobs.
You know what we're talking about, like inconsistent accents across the board. The other guys have Italian accents. This woman has a Spanish accent. Why? Why? The crows and the Antivans are Italian. They're not Spanish. People from Rivain have Spanish accents. Because Rivain is based on occupied Spain. Like occupied Muslim Spain. You know what I mean? Thank you.
Sounds like there's more to it.
Lucanis de la Morte is dead. He was killed a year ago now.
What I say doesn't leave this room. The body our people brought back was not.
So stupid. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. She has known for a year that her son, like not her son, her grandson might be alive, right? But this is also in the universe where her grandson got murked or got tricked and disappeared. So someone inside, which we know it's the cousin because it makes sense, basically just gave Lucanis to the Venatori to take Lucanis out of the way because Lucanis was, next in line to become the first talent of the crows. So you know, because you're a crow, and this is literally an organization that murders people for a living and murders each other. You know that you cannot trust anyone, not even your own blood. And you don't know who did it. You don't know who tricked you. You don't know who sent a corpse that wasn't Lucanis back. You don't know this information. So why would you just say it? Like, it's not even like, oh, there's eyes and ears everywhere, and she tells the information just to Rook. And then, the culprit overhears or has a mole or whatever. It's not even something that actually takes effort. It's just, I don't know who did it. But whoever tricked us into believing Lucanis was dead, did the poor job because I knew it wasn't my grandson. And it's like, you don't know. It could have been anyone in this room. It's literally someone in this room who did the hit on your grandson.
My grandson. It was dressed in his clothing.
Get your research! There you go. You see, this is what I'm talking about.
With blood magic to have his face.
My cousin is still alive?
He did it, by the way.
To tell me? His ship was attacked. We knew someone sold him out. So you kept your suspicions to yourself.
But you've brought it up now. Why?
I've had eyes on the Venatori ever since they took
So it's
my
been a
grandson
year.
from me.
It's been a year. I'm writing on Lucanis, so Lucanis ship sunk by Venatori. She has been sitting on this information. Katerina knew he wasn't dead. And she's been keeping tabs on the Venatori for a year. And now the stars aligned and the planets converged, and now it's the time.
Your dread wolf. And what you did to his ritual threw them into disarray. They made mistakes, and now I have a location. The Ossuary, where the demon of Virantium is kept. Find this ossuary. Free Lucanis.
Find this ossuary. Find it. Like it's hard. Like in the next sequence, in the next cutscene, you literally don't get like have a little boat, like you're the little mermaid, a boat ride to the fucking. Oh God, I will. Give me a second, okay? And then we get there, and Lucanis has already broken out of prison. He doesn't even need us. Ah! Thank you for the sub. Thank you for the prime. To break from prison. The day Rook tries to break him out because coincidences. It's so dumb. And find the ossuary. It would have been interesting if we actually had to find the prison. That would make sense. But we don't have to.
You'll have your god killer. And I'll have my grandson.
Yeah, Katerina, Tasha's mom, they're all so much better characters than any of the companions that we end up getting.
Come, Katerina arranged the boat.
Find the ossuary. Except they know exactly where it is. And the fucking... You know what doesn't make a lick of sense to me? The prison, the Venatori prison, this is a blood mage prison. It's literally in a lake, like in a little bay. In Antiva. It's literally 5 minutes away from here. On walk. On foot. Okay? It's not on Minrathis. It's not on Tevinder. It's in Antiva. It's right there.
You would keep a normal prison? Or that one could hold the demon of...
It's right there!
The ossuary lies beneath the sea. A fact I learned mere minutes ago.
But the enchantments required must be immense.
I don't care.
You're not happy Katerina kept this from you.
I wonder why. I wonder
Lucanis
why.
is family. Maybe she thought I'd act too rash if it...
This voice acting. Maybe she thought I act too rash.
Saving him. And now, who can say if he's even still alive?
It's right there. It's right there. You don't believe me?
Are you coming with us?
It's possible we've been watched. If all of us vanish from the dock, you play the alluring hero. I know Treviso. If we have a tail, I have a better chance of...
The fact that this character is 1,000 times more attractive than Lucanis as well.
distracting their interest.
Lucanis is bolden. Cat, thank you for this. Choo-choo! Yeah, he was framed as so dangerous he had to be put down in an underwater prison just for, you know, just to keep him contained. He doesn't even have mood swings. It's not even bad. Right there. It's right there. That's the prison right there. How do you get in? What are the, like, enchantments and everything kept in place to keep this hidden from, you know, prying eyes, to keep it safe, to keep it, you know, hidden. How do you get in?
So how do we get in?
You'll see.
Thank you for this. Oh, the gifted tab, thank you, Sonny. That's it, you will see. They don't know how magic works. And they don't know how to write themselves out of the shitty storylines and plotlines they have concocted for themselves. So they cannot explain to you how magic works. Sonny, thank you for the gifted tab. It's terrible. You will see. Open, thank you. That's it. How would she know? She's not even a defected, like, Venatori mage. She's just a crow mage, and she just happens to know how to open it. Why didn't do they do this earlier? They have been sitting on this information for a year. I want my emote is not for you. I don't care. You want all the emotes? Please do. Keep giving me money. I don't mind. You know what? I got you. Me complaining.
Someone or something.
How do we get here?
Already took
And
down
how do
the
we
guards.
leave?
Let's hope we don't run into whatever did that. Do we think Lucanis is still alive?
I hope not.
I guess there's one way to find out.
Yeah, the boat woman is whatever in there. Also, where is she?
Look.
I don't want to look.
So this is the ossuary.
It took us so
Doesn't
long
look
to
like
find
any
it.
prison I've seen.
So lame.
Oh, we're not going that way.
You decided on PC? Wanted to see if there are any deals this weekend. Hell
It's been
yeah.
underwater since the gods were imprisoned, at least.
Shut up. Silence.
I can't believe all this is underwater. If the enchantments containing this place ever failed.
They shouldn't, but they might. On top of that, we're looking for a killer. Another one.
Thank you for becoming a member, Marceline.
Assassin. Murderers don't usually get paid.
God. Lead twice if you're playing this against your will. How many times was that? Oh, it's so bad.
It's a magical barricade.
Shut up!
Whatever's inside, the Venatori really didn't want it
You
getting
bitch!
Then we break through.
Who's your least liked character in Veilguard, and why is it Tash? Tash wouldn't even be that annoying if her entire fucking character arc was in my pronouns. Because I think Harden it's close. You know what I mean? Oh my god, what level of security that anyone can just hit it in. Wow.
All right.
Riveting.
We're almost through.
Riveting security. Because fucking the other bitch, what's her name? Neff and Lucanis flirt if you have them together in their party. And no one is gonna flirt or be happy. Thing requires you to take 2 companions with you. Yeah. Solo? Solo gameplay? Nah.
We don't have to fight. We're just here for Lucanis.
Why do I have a beer?
Get ready.
Why would they listen to you? Why would they listen to you? They are blood mages. They're working with the blighted elves who experiment and torture people in a hidden prison. Why would they listen to you?
Rising Hail, Dragon of Mystery, Lucanis, Dragon of Night, hear your fateful call.
I'm guessing you're the reason we're here.
Oh my god, that's so cool. That's so cool.
Who are you? Who sent you?
My name's Rook, House Deriva. I'm here to bring you home.
House Deriva. You're a crow.
No.
And you're possessed by a demon.
It's complicated.
Katarina promised us a mage killer if we broke you out of here.
That's the only time you see playing the game. That's it.
Good. Because I'm
Because everyone knows you just have to call them big minis. They can stop.
They have a vial of my blood. They can use it to control me. I cannot leave it in their hand.
Except that's not how that works. Just throwing it out there, okay? No. Phylacteries work so you can track people with them, right? That's the whole reason they exist. It's in circles of magi that are not colleges, they're prisons basically. Every mage gets their blood drawn, and they do a little like to the magic, to the blood. And if the mage escapes, like Anders has done in multiple occasions, the Templars can track them and find them and get them back into the circle. They cannot control you. That's not how it works. No. Yeah. So there's that.
And
that was because we almost had progress in the story with gameplay. Thank God Lucanis was there to guide us through it. It's
Grows don't break contracts.
the cinematic looks so much better with my monitor off. Why can't Rook use their surname for once? Rook is not your name. It's not their name. No one in the Crows should refer to Rook as Rook. Rook is a nickname that Varric gave them. They should refer to Rook as their name or their surname, like Deriva, never as Rook. Gee, Puss in Boots was the voice actor inspiration, 100%. 100%. I should make a mod that kills off any annoying character. It will be a very empty game. No one will survive, not a single one. I think this emote could solve most of the characters in Veilguard, just like... I mean, given what they did to the lore, he could have just said it was an energy drink, basically. They told him, give me an Italian accent, so he watched Shrek and so they kind of was like, yeah. Like, that's the thing. It's supposed to be Italian, but it isn't. And it's supposed to be Spanish, but it isn't. And I would know because I'm Spanish. But then you would think, oh, maybe it's just like, you know, a weird accent that they do just for Antivans. It shouldn't be. It has to be an Italian accent. And then they mix both Spanish and Italian. They call it chocolata calda, like hot chocolate. But then he also offers to make a paella for you, which is not the same. They're different countries, Spain and Italy. Do you understand? You cannot call hot chocolate chocolata calda and then fucking offer to make a paella. Or it's not how that works.
Fine, but we make it quick.
I have an idea for Lucanis. What if instead of sleeping he lost consciousness and gets possessed by the demon? He does weird stuff and you have to investigate. Yes! That's literally what I have in my rewrite. In my rewrite, I have him. He's not on the ossuary when, you know, when I pick up. In my rewrite, he breaks out of prison because, bro, he's fucking possessed by spite, by a really powerful demon. So he breaks his way out of prison. And then people still think that he's dead and he doesn't want to fix that. By the way, this is not the canon story. This is my story that I'm writing for him because I don't like the way that they wrote him in this. And I want to write Severan. Like, I want to intertwine Severan into his storyline because I think that would be actually, it would make sense and it would be interesting. And he starts killing crows to avenge himself, basically, because he knows that his cousin did it, right? His cousin put him in prison to just take the throne from him. And he starts killing crows to track down Ilario and track down Sara Renata, who is the blood mage that basically experimented on him. And he does this all under, you know, like anonymity. Like, it's not under his name. It's not under Lucanis. So people start thinking that Severan came out of retirement because Severan is known for killing crows. After the 5th Blight, he just comes back to Antiva and he starts killing crows. So they think that Lucanis is Severin. And in my rewrite, because it's what would make sense, Rook and company are actually looking for Severin because they know he has fought against a Blight before. So it would make sense that if you want to grow a known crow that it's good at what he does and has fought the Blight, you would find Severin. You will look for Severin. So they track Lucanis down thinking that he's Severin, and then it's not Severin, it's Lucanis. And from there on, Lucanis makes a deal with the Veilguard of okay, I can kill whoever the fuck you want me to kill, as long as you help me track down Sarah Renata and Ilario. And that makes not so much more sense to me, right? Than this. Doesn't that make more sense to you, writing-wise? Because it makes to me also, Spite is a much bigger threat in my rewrite. Lucanis cannot sleep. The moment Lucanis sleeps, he goes on a rampage. And one of the scenes I'm working on, it's, they are in the woods, whatever, they're camping out. They have gone into explore this or that. And Lucanis always takes first watch, right? Because he doesn't sleep. He doesn't want to sleep. And he ends up out of exhaustion. He falls asleep. And then when he comes to, he finds the Veilguard with their weapons drawn and bloodied and just beaten up. And they're holding their weapons against him because a spy came out to play and he tried to kill them all. And that's that disconnect of okay, he's not, he's not an ally. He's a danger. We have to fix this. This is a very big threat because this fucking demon might kill us before we can do anything. We can fix anything. And that's, it opens the quest line of what do we do? Do we keep Spite because it can help us fight against godlike powers, or what do we do? You know what I'm talking about? And that's how you write a story. Thank you.
Let's go.
And I want to bring Severin into the story as well of
So, first order.
I have an entire scene written
Then my target, Caliban.
of Severin talking to Lucanis and just kind of putting things into perspective for him.
Not anymore. We'll have to find another way across.
So,
Mages.
you're not gonna read it. You're gonna watch it. And that's the research that I'm doing. Okay? Why are you doing this? For that.
Alright. One of them has a key.
So, BioWare, if you try to do anything with Veilguard again, give me a call, bro.
Blood is the only thing that can
I'll fix it.
If they lose it,
then it's chaos.
Oh, that's it? This fucking Venatori happened to have? Yeah, the crows want Severin dead, exactly. But they're also scared of Severin because he's a crow killer.
Wait, were they torturing demons? How? Why?
they didn't all start out as demons. Zara made sure they ended up that way.
Zara?
Zara Renata.
Keeping the
There
game
might be a hiding
alive,
Venatori
unfortunately.
somewhere, but I don't know of one. This place is all her.
They probably have you on a list, yeah. Of like a blacklist, probably. She embarrasses every time that we say anything. I don't care. The quests were my least favorite part of the game, besides maybe the bosses. Everything about this is my least favorite. The game. All of it.
Undead. Well, dead bodies animated by spirits, technically.
So undead. Shut the fuck up.
This place exists for her to make new, worse kinds of demons.
Except we don't see anything that it's scary. We don't see anything different. Or, you know, an abomination. Or like a Frankenstein monster type of deal. No. We don't see shit. We'll kill them then. That one, you do that. So do something. Is it very mature if each of them react to killing people? Yeah. I'm sorry. There you fucking go. Bitch. I like how if you played Origins and saw this, you would never think it's the same world. Not even close. Why does this music sound like it belongs to Mass Effect?
This is fascinating. Ordinarily, a demon would barely be able to perceive someone like Lucanis.
It's complicated.
It's not complicated. You made a deal. What's complicated about that? Stop saying that. It's the second time he said that. It's complicated. Also, why is there elven technology in here? That's elven magic. Oh god.
So, the blood vial the Venatori took?
It's for blood magic, to control me and the demon. Until it's gone, I cannot touch Caliban.
That's bullshit, by the way. Utter bullshit. God damn. Was Lucanis super sensitive to magic back in the Tevinter Nights? It's the reason why he was so good at killing mages. Do they establish it in this game? No.
Now what do we do?
What? Harry, fine.
The demon pulled all of that from the Fade?
I'm as surprised as you.
Why can it... I'm trying to jump, but this fucking... Why can a demon do this? How can a demon do that? Because people have been possessed before.
Summoned all these spirits.
Blood mages, they never die. Zara can summon all of the demons she wants, but they don't come to the bait.
I hate it. Like, literally, my worst fucking pet peeve is not doing any world building on magic. The fact that they justify everything with like, oh, it's blood magic, and then explain to you how it works or what do they have to do exactly to make it work.
Results out a few days ago, but some of the demons she created are still here.
If you read, will you use any of the ideas from the art book? Some of them, yes. Because I think there was some things in, especially when it's related to Solus and how he was written in the art book versus what we got. The Solus in the art book is a continuation of Inquisition Solus, of like him garnering an army of elves and just rallying everyone to his cause. Like, that's so much more interesting than what we got. So I think I will pull something from that. I like the idea of a spy as like a demon that spies even the fate itself. Yeah, but they didn't do anything with that. The answer to everything is, yeah, the elves did it or a wizard did it. That's it. It's so lame. It's so fucking lame. God. No, time doesn't heal no wounds. It opens them. Also, every time I think I'm done, someone fucking just comes back saying, actually, Veilguard failed not because of the incompetent writing,
He runs this place for a
but because external forces. They cursed them. Like, shut up.
We both want him dead.
We meaning?
Demons don't forgive.
Did the Venatori do this?
Except
this place exists. This is what success looks like.
if someone is possessed by a demon, the whole thing of being possessed by a demon is demons cannot exist in our plane of reality without a physical body. So they possess humans, and they possess elves, and they possess mages. So they wouldn't just be able to pop in. They were so fucking lazy that they didn't even create a different fucking model for the possessed demonic experiments. They just made them demons. Ugh. So lame. Lame as hell. You see how it's all elven gods? Even this fucking person is elven gods? There's not a single thing, not a single achievement in this game that is not tied to the elven gods. Should we put the blame on 100% on EA or 50-50? 50-50. EA is a huge portion of why. Because they're trying to make everything more marketable, but their writers, like, EA didn't make them write the story like this. They didn't. They didn't tell them, oh, you have to put, like, this and that into this. You have to make an entire character's arc about their gender identity. They didn't do that at all. Do I think the gameplay style and, you know, some limitations can be blamed on EA? 100%. Story-wise, no. No, I don't believe it. And that's just the reality of it. Don't worry, Mass Effect will be good. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I dropped my... What do you call this? It's not a pen. It's like a pencil thin. What do you call it in English? I don't know. How do you guys call it? Wanna know. Ah! In my underwater prison where I keep demons as prisoners to torture and make them even more crazed, I will also use those crazed as guards because I'm just that evil. Oh, 100%. Obviously.
Mierda, these guys.
Mierda is Spanish, okay? Mierda is Spanish. He's not Spanish, he's Italian.
Hit him first, then you can take him down.
I don't need you. Don't tell me what to do, first of all. God, it pisses me off. Mechanical pencil, thank you.
I don't think that's a good sign.
I have a bad feeling about this.
This way, there's a shortcut.
Lead the way.
Or don't. I don't care. Can you?
Easy enough.
Need everything to be narrated and spelled out. Oh yeah. With Dash coming out a scene, you can tell us probably what Patrick is. Yeah, exactly. EA makes a mess of everything they touch. They've been killing sport games for years. Battlefield went downhill. Now it's Bioware's turn. Oh yeah. I've been finding Veilguard. So much fun, Teddy. So much fun. Oh.
As you wish.
God. To jump with F. It's repetitive now. Like, it's not good. I wouldn't be surprised if he's deposing at some point.
So what's the plan to find this thing? There's a lot of space to cover.
I know it's here. We can smell it.
Ew. Yeah, Dragon Age gameplay has always been bad, which a lot of people don't like to admit, but it is what it is. The story was the redeeming quality there. It always was.
The Venatori tortured these people.
No!
May you find peace.
No! The blood mages
You did.
torture people? Fuck! So sick! Disgusting. God. She's a fucking twat. Dragon Age doesn't have a great. It didn't have a great. It did. Let's be honest. Let's be honest with ourselves. It's an acquired taste. If you don't respect like 10 times, you're gonna use one ability for the rest of the game. I'm good with that. I don't need more. The game itself, it's the torture. Oh yeah.
Wait, we cannot go after Colivan yet.
Que te calles, coño.
Has my blood.
Pesado. Pesado, tiene nada.
One down, 2 to go.
Shut up! You fucking idiot. Have you eaten? No. Someone will be, you know, kind enough to give me like $50 for takeout. I don't need cheap stuff. Thank you. I have to make dinner at some point. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Just one crystal between us and the other side of that barrier.
But that is like a worse version of Sarah from Inquisition. Oh yeah. And that's a, you know, those are some big shoes to fill.
See what's on the other side.
But somehow.
Wow. That's less of a vial and more of a bottle.
Oh no.
There. That's the one. He has to be.
Great.
It's finally gone.
So now what?
Now we find Caliban.
Oh my god. I wonder how hard this fight is gonna be. And how terribly interesting.
So
the characters are like if Sarah wrote them. Yes. There's a great, the character is great. I like her because she's meant to be annoying.
After so long in this.
These characters are not meant to be annoying. They just are. What an amazing puzzle, isn't it? Yeah. Yes.
Oh, this was entirely unnecessary. Zara and her little jests. He's already the demon of Virantium. Won't this be ironic? Hilarious. And now
Did I
the
ask?
mess you've made of my facility. She always leaves me to clean up.
So this is Caliban.
He is. The target I was sent for a year ago.
What are you guys talking like he's not there?
A contract.
What was that entire
They offer you in exchange for my
interaction?
life? Was it worth it?
What was that entire interaction? Like, what?
Take this shot. Demons, your master calls.
Ah. he can just summon demons. Because that makes sense. I'm not gonna talk about it. Hey, dude.
I will not be defeated.
I will not be defeated, but you are. So shut up.
Take it down.
That's it? That's it.
The crows send their regards.
Thank you for the gift of tax, Moza.
Yes, the job's done.
Goodness.
Smells like
I might order food. What do we think?
Ashes. Not done, not yet.
That's supposed to be scary, by the way. They didn't even try, like, they didn't even make a cool, like, demon stuff. Like a model. It's just him. And he's like Gollum in this. It's just disgusting. Oh, I deleted my... I'll download them again. Is it part of the stream where I spend 3 hours choosing what I'm gonna eat? Do you guys love it? Don't forget the fries this time. Have I ever forgotten the fries? Don't answer that. I probably have. Haven't I? Goodness. You know what happened the other day? I ordered Popeye. No, yeah, I ordered Popeyes. And I ordered Popeyes with extra sauce and stuff like that. And they sent me like chicken strips, bone dry, no, not a lick of sauce. And I was so fucking upset. Despite just being Lucanis with purple eyes made me scream when I first played this game. It's so lazy. It's so terribly lazy. It's not even like a warped version of Lucanis. It's not even like a, you know, like a corrupted, fucked up version of Lucanis. It's just him. It's so lame. God, I'm hungry. This is much more interesting. We're gonna see. God. Why does your character face look so lifeless? She doesn't want to be in this game either. I'm telling you right now. She don't want to be here either. Hey, why is he purple? You know what I mean? It's so lame. God. The Veilguard NPCs are caricatures. They are. That's not even a joke. That's exactly what it is. They're caricatures and parodies of other characters. Like, that's Enders. Enders and Zevran. That's Lucanis. They didn't even try to make something new. Something interesting. I think at least in Inquisition, they made something new. They tried to, like, spin, you know? Put a spin on the archetype. Not here. Like, they're just, like, whatever, I guess. It's like they couldn't even bother giving him a unique model. They couldn't. And now they will come up with all sorts of fucking excuses for it. But the reality is, they're just fucking lazy as hell. Period. Because they had time to add bullshit into this fucking game. It's so dumb. Like, it's so... I'm sorry, KFC is selling a Squid Game items. What? I'm sold though. It's original breast fillet glazed in Korean barbecue sauce, mayonnaise, cabbage. I don't like cabbage. Pickle and red seed bread. Okay. Excuse me. I don't like cabbage though. Fuck that. Why don't you allow me to take things out? Fuck you. And everything you stand for. Still streaming must be a good game. Oh yeah. They could make it interesting, but as every other character failed. I'm telling you. It could have been something. It could have been something. If they took the time. Also, it's just completely sanitized. Like, they were so afraid of being even slightly, like, problematic or offensive that they completely sanitized and just took the flavor of every single character. Because explain to me, why would you even bother giving us a assassin companion while at the same time just making him a golden retriever? Like, the most dangerous shit that he's done, it's, you know, he didn't ask you if you like tea or coffee. That's it. That's all we see. And it's just fucking stupid as hell. I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna order McDonald's most likely. Or Burger King, you know. But I thought that Gator was the glue and sticks that was holding the writing team together. And James Olin as well. Like, James Olin was the head, the creator. First Veilguard streamer on Twitch again. Hell yeah. And David Gator was, you know, the writer, the guy that took that vision and put it into words. And yeah, unfortunately, it's just sad. It's just like very sad. I don't know, man. It's just silly. It's very silly. I want to order the fucking KFC Korean burger, but it has fucking shit in it. I don't care about. Mark Laidlaw helps make Origins, you know, it was Half-Life writer. There you go. Like, a lot of the brains, the backbone of what made Origins good. And I'm not saying that you cannot write a continuation of someone else's work, because it's happened before. Like, what wasn't it like the Wheel of Time? Brandon Sanderson took over after the author passed away. Isn't that a thing that happened? And you can do that, but you have to be actually like a good writer to do that, you know? When are we gonna get that space game about times and stuff? Exodus? That game about time and stuff. Exodus. Yeah, he finished the last 3 books. Exodus you're not gonna see until 2026 or something like that. I'm telling you right now. Expanse, wow, that game is gonna be great. Just story-wise, it's gonna be insanely good. I know it for a fact. I'm already in Popeyes. By the way. Much more interesting, you know, than this. And hopefully, they actually remember to put fucking sauce on my chicken strips. Thank you. Tolkien's son also continues some of his father's unfinished work. Again, you have to know. You have to know what you're doing. And what Sanderson had, in Tolkien's son had, was actually, like, research in actual, like, you know, notes from the original work. that weren't available to the public. But you cannot just take over a franchise that you have no clue how it works, and then be like, oh, you know, I like The Expanse. I don't know much about The Expanse, but I love Owlcat.
Let's move.
So I think they're gonna do a good job.
Lucanis.
Careful. They know we're
If this
not
gameplay releases for
cannot
late June or
see.
July, we'll see.
wondered.
We clearly have things to discuss. Somewhere else.
Agreed.
They might be the same age as
think
you when you started streaming. Shut up.
I got some air.
I'm young. What a lame ass character. Owlcat is making an Expanse game and it's gonna be a Mass Effect like, God. How crazy is that? You know this story's gonna be crazy. You know it. I mean, here, you look nice today.
Shall we
Fuck
go?
you, photo. I don't know much about The Expanse. I want to buy the book.
I'm ready to get out of this place.
And like the trilogy
Imagine how I
after I come from vacation. Because I want to get started, like, you know. The cinematic trailer reminded me, I love Mass Effect. Mass Effect is going to have so much competition by the time it releases, if it releases at all. I think the popularity of The Expanse and Exodus is gonna gravely like affect whether Mass Effect is cancelled or not. Hello, Mason.
What happened here? A message from Zara Renata. I can't believe it.
I'm gonna have to watch The Expanse as well. I've been told that the ending is not good.
Sarah? Her people got this close?
The woman who runs the prison?
The Venatori witch who captured me.
Revenge for the breakout, maybe.
Where's Katerina?
The last season is kind of meh, to be honest, but the first three seasons are solid. I'm gonna have to...
The Venatori caught her in their confusion. I get one of you back.
Now you're a granny, now you live through end of games era. Fuck off. I am young.
I had a deal with Katerina. If that's not honored...
You have your contract.
You should take some time.
I don't need time. I need a target. You just got here, and already you want to leave again?
How about Tiago and Taya that they let this happen? How about this is a bastion for crows, and they couldn't fucking stop it?
I'm not breaking the last deal she ever
I
made.
think the Expanse would have any sustaining power. No doubt it would make money and they would make a good game. But it has a problem in retaining meaning in the series. I think they're gonna do like what they did with Rogue Trader. It's gonna be an introduction though.
You haven't explained what happened in the ossuary, Lucanis.
I trust in Owlcat.
I won't forget.
Cousin, when you find Sarah, I need to be there.
We are under attack. Antam on one side and Venatori on the other.
29 here. I am
Forget
young.
revenge. We
Damn
need
right.
No, Viago.
Age is in here, eh?
Sarah came for us here, in my house.
Why would she be in your house?
From my
Why would she be in your house?
You find her and cut her heart.
I played the Telltale The Expanse. That was fun,
Me
but
and I
Owlcat's
will
version
hold
will be
down the
dope.
fort.
I'm telling you.
I'll give her your regards, Taya.
For Katerina.
Why would she be in her house?
The crows had lost a Talon, but the demon of Irantium was
I
free.
was kind of hoping that the Crows would be like the Black Widow program. It's supposed to be, but not anymore. This is the second
or later
antagonist that it's white. A white woman. It's a pattern. You're gonna see it come up over and over again.
And they would all be paid in blood.
The ending was great. It had issues because they had to fire one of the actors towards the end of the series because he was doing unprofessional stuff with the fans at the conventions. Oh, that's lovely. Great. A white woman? Nah, she's gonna be fine.
They're the same thing. Mostly kind of.
Except one will manipulate you, or kill you, or both.
But how do you get rid of them?
What's everyone talking about?
Possession.
Spite.
Like, why would they have this conversation without Rook in the room with them?
Demon in Lucanis. When a person gets possessed, the demon usually takes control.
And they turn into a monster.
No,
The
they turn
steward
into an
just
abomination.
Molds them however they want.
I've heard of abominations being cured by killing the demon in the Fade. That's not a sure bet, though.
Well, there's one way, but it's, well, we'd have to,
You'd have to kill me.
If things get out of hand...
I want to read the
it's
books
always
too
an
as
option.
well.
Careful of her. I want to talk to her.
Who is this?
before we do...
I'm supposed to be scared of this thing. And it's Gollum. He's doing a fucking Gollum impression. And I'm supposed to be threatened and intimidated. And, you know, it's supposed to be off-putting. And it's just a fucking court jester. I want to talk to her. Like, fuck off.
Well, let's think this through some more. There has to be a solution.
I have people in Marathas I can ask, but I wouldn't get my hopes up.
All right. So what next?
Let me talk to them. I want to talk to
Lucanis!
Nope.
And that's it. You know? That's how scary it is. Like, oh my god. He's bleeding from his nose. Terrifying. That's what they react to. You're not even gonna give me something like off-putting. Like he's actually like fucking fighting for control over the body. It's, oh, he bitch slapped me. That's it. Sickening.
Fine. I'm fine.
You're obviously not.
What did he do that for?
Throwing a tantrum when he doesn't get his way.
A tantrum. This is a demon that we're talking about here. And it's relegated to a fucking, like a toddler.
But he could just take you over. Make you do what he wants.
It's, you know, not great, but kind of good news, in a way.
Don't pretend this is all right. It wouldn't be fine if another person did it.
No, but there's nothing I can do about it. If it were another person, I could solve this with a knife.
Except you wouldn't
Just
because you're a pussy.
Give me a minute. He'll get bored once everyone leaves.
Who are we gonna romance? Who are we gonna romance? Are we gonna romance Lucanis? I mean, I kind of want to because let's do it. Because I'm writing about him at the moment.
I don't like leaving you alone with the demon.
You don't have to worry about me.
Lucanis.
Please.
Ugh. God. So stupid. It's so dumb. 8 minutes to go. Let's leave single.
Antiva.
Oh, leave. Yeah, I don't want Nev to have.
I should check in with the other
They're gonna
crows.
dig down. She's gonna give. I'm gonna steal him from her. I don't want Lucanis. I just don't want Nev to have Lucanis, you know? Do you like coffee? I like coffee and paella. No, I don't like coffee. I like
I'm
paella.
heading out to practice my new magic. I could use some moral support. I really have to get better at using my new abilities. Don't want to drop a rock on someone's head.
That would be a blessing, actually. Listening to these guys.
Abundance.
I don't care. Fuck off. 7th grader fan fiction is my... It is more about the cool factor of being an assassin rather than the act of being an assassin. Yeah, they keep telling us, oh, He's an assassin. Ooh, ooh. But it doesn't really matter that he's an assassin. We don't see him being an assassin.
Okay. Try again.
I remember myself being about this level back when I was 13. Same. Except the things that I wrote when I was like a teenager were so much better than this.
Oh, God. Do you want me? Oh no! Sorry. Just breaking things.
Why is she repairing a magical artifact with a wrench? It's a magical artifact.
Easy there. Smashing things won't help.
Like somehow the dialogue not only sounds awkward, the characters look awkward and natural while sitting on they look like cosplayers. You know when you see like a very low quality fan-made movie where the cosplays are not all there and these people are just nerds. They have no skill in acting and they're trying to put something together because they just like something that much. That's that, but without the passion and the love, which is worse even.
The Illuvian was easy. Once
Music
I
is
the resonance
Disney.
Crystals, adjusted the lyrium lens. It worked fine. I mean, I had to realign the matrices, but it just worked. Not like this thing.
Not the matrices. I can know that the Elven machine blows up and kills Pilara. That would be cool if that was an option, you know? But it's not.
What is it exactly?
It's the Nodus Durthalin, the 8th archive. I heard it was gone forever.
You just
Here it is.
magically, by coincidence, just found it.
Things, whatever its creator knew, at least. So much knowledge, all the wonders of Elven.
You don't know that though. You just said that it only knows what its
bits of
creator.
them, which is more than we have. Once I figure it out, at least, whoever made it was powerful, but clumsy. It's resonating off tempo.
Someone created that. And she's so smart, so intelligent, so insanely in tune with magic. She's so overpowered that she thinks she knows better than the person that made the thing.
Need to match
And I'm supposed to like
First,
her.
Introduce a microfracture, but before that, you'll need the Fate Harmonics, so... Sorry, I ramble sometimes. I'm a rambler. Ruined a lot of relationships. Most of the people I've been with didn't care for it.
I don't care for it.
And I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Again.
I don't like it.
It's
Cut
an
it out.
ancient elven artifact. An unstable one. Just get it working.
If it was Origins, I could tell her to like never speak again.
Oh, okay. I'll remember that. I'll get back
This
to
is
it
not Origins, is it?
soon. But I think I need a break. Maybe take a nap and I can finish later.
We can't wait too long.
Right. A short nap, then.
Just sleep forever,
Anyways,
you know what I mean?
Let me know if you need me.
What are you approving about? What are you approving of?
They'd found someone who could fix their mirror. One of Arlethan's own veil jumpers. Just what they were looking for.
I don't like Mira, but she's not at least believably awkward. Yes, because she was raised outside society. And even then, for an outcast of society, she was an outcast among outcasts.
Was going to attract more attention than they'd bargained
But
for.
Valerius is quirky in a fucking... I'm not like the other girls. I write fan fiction. Bitch, me too! I don't make my entire personality about it. Except I do, but it's a good personality, okay? Mind your own business. My food is almost here, and I'm gonna be so much more kinder to this game once I have food in my gullet. How's the research going? Bye.
You asked for time.
I hate this game.
Is this long enough?
Yes.
When you jump off the cliff in this level, you
Though
can.
I would kill
You don't die,
for
though.
a decent cup of coffee.
Silence.
Have you?
You fucking
For
midget
coffee,
cunt.
I mean.
Not today. You've got questions. You might as well ask them.
I'm doing good. How are you doing? The blonde coffee man.
You're the best mage killer in the Antivan Crows.
By whose
So how did
standards?
Tory catch you?
Someone set me up.
How?
I had a contract for Colivan in the ossuary. I took a ship from Treviso to Minrathus.
I'm sorry. You're trying to tell me that we, in our little like rackety fucking boat, We sailed. I'm not talking about a boat. I'm talking about what are those called? Like the little, like, you know, the ones that you go, whew, whew. We went from Treviso to Minrathis to the ossuary? Yeah. Yeah, right. Let me stop them right there. Like, my food is almost here. And that's much more important than this. So you're telling me that we fucking rowboated from Treviso to Minrathis? That's what you're trying to tell me. I'm gonna go. I'll be back with food in... I am back. My gripe with Lucanis is that they fucking hyped him so fucking bad. Lucanis was basically like the fucking poster boy of Veilguard. And then you actually romance him. And he's fucking romance his shit. Which is great. You love to see it. The best romance out of all of them, I think it's Emmerich and Davrin. That's it. But I think Davrin is the most normal out of them. And Lucanis was just lame as hell. Like, just not good. I was tempted by Emmerich so many times because Lucanis was just so unresponsive. Yeah. You cannot kill them, no. You can only kill them at the end if you don't do these things properly.
They were waiting for me.
Oh no.
Knew which ship and when it would arrive.
Oh.
I don't know how they convinced the crows I was dead, but I woke up in the ossuary with Zara gloating about it.
Goodness. Terrible. Traumatic.
I know Katerina volunteered you to work with us. Are you okay with that?
He doesn't have a choice.
Did Viago ever consult with you before sending you on a contract?
Viago would barely tell me what the job was beforehand. But I'm not the demon of Virantium.
Katerina was first Talon.
The same would have benefited from a lot from allowing you to kick companions from the party or skip them completely. 100%.
There's plenty of reason for me to work with you beyond that, Rook.
Such as?
I owe you a debt, for one.
But literally, the entire ending, canonical ending, like lights on you having all the companions. Like, you need them. You need to defeat the odds by the power of friendship. Literally. Isn't that like a fucking thing that they say? Food is good. It has sauce. So, I'm good with that. Yeah, because they center the fucking game on the companions. You are not important. You are not the protagonist of this story. Rook is nobody. Rook is a therapist. That's it.
I know we brought you in as a specialist, but things are rough. I need everyone to help out.
Of course. I hate
gonna
sitting
cook.
idle, and it's better I stay occupied. You haven't asked about Spite.
From what I've seen, I'd say he picked the right name.
He's stronger when I sleep, so I try not to do it much.
Thank you,
no
gracias.
One was in the ossuary by choice.
Yeah, who would have thought Lucanis Romances was gonna be
We
lifeless?
both did
Like,
what we
who?
had to get out of there.
Bye bye, Karage.
So, if you're an abomination...
I suppose I should get used to that.
But I heard that only mages can get possessed by demons.
I'm skilled with a blade, but I promise you, without Spite, I
They should have switched Ilario to be a companion and replace Lucanis. 100%. Ilario is actually a crow. Ilario killed Lucanis, basically, or he thought he did.
For sure.
How much more interesting would it have been if Lucanis was actually dead? The fucking golden child is dead. Ilario knows he did it, right? And everything comes crumbling down because Lucanis is dead. So he needs to step up and actually fix his mistakes. That would have been interesting. Instead of Tash, Tash is his mother. Would have been a much more interesting companion. Kind of like the win of the party. It would have been amazing. Like, crazy. Crazy. But no. Because who cares about actually good characters?
I admire you. What you've been through would break most people.
I will not give Zara the satisfaction.
Yeah, but we have an insight
You must be a
into
very
Gnari culture.
A very stubborn one, perhaps, but that's kind of you to say.
I'm not being kind.
Leave Spite to me. If he's trapped in this world, he has good reason to fight for it. For now,
No, he doesn't.
honor our contract.
No, he doesn't.
Gods,
Why would a demon care?
politics.
Literally, if Solus wins, or the not the Venator, the demons are gonna be free anyways. I am for science. God. I'm gonna eat, okay? Let me regain my strength. A little bit. Yeah, we all like Tasha Mom so much better. It's so crazy. How fucking side characters had so much more potential. Literally, the Shadow Dragons? The leader of the Shadow Dragons. It's as so much more of interesting than Nev will ever be. Do you guys know who I'm talking about? Like Viper, I think his name is. Yeah, Matthew Mercer, like Viper. Why wouldn't you like give that, you know, that character the protagonism that it deserves? But instead of Matthew Mercer, I have to listen to Matthew Mercer go "Ah!" for the fucking skeleton for like 5 hours. Too bad Veilguard didn't have a DLC companion. Direct Descendant of Andraste would be cool. That was gonna be in the fucking game. Sure. Direct Descendant of Andraste was gonna be one of the companions. But guess what? Oh yeah. Being blighted in this game means nothing. Calpurnia was gonna be a companion. Paella is back. Yeah. He's back. God. When I saw the Blight as a status effect, I wanted to weep. Because it was such a terrifying thing in Origins and Dragon Age 2. Being blighted wasn't a fucking joke. It wasn't something you could walk off. And they walk it off constantly in this one. There's no consequences. You will see it when I fight the Darkspawn. Blighted is a status effect. Yeah. Like, it's insane. Just the Dalish origin in Origins was so brutal on how they tackle, like, being blighted. Aveline had to kill her husband. Then if you don't take Anders with you, but you take one of the twins, they become blighted and they can die. Crazy. Yes, blighted, it's a status effect in this game. Shiva! You guys hear that? She's glowing at the door because she wants my chicken. No, you didn't misheard. It's a status effect. Shiva! You wrote a Mass Effect 3 fanfiction? I want to write a Mass Effect fanfiction, but I haven't got into it yet. Nice. Okay. I'm done for now. I'll have the rest of this later. I'm gonna let the bitch in. I don't know. Hey. No. I'm getting angry all over again. Welcome. Brothers are no longer a thing. Yeah. Because it's sexist. And misogynistic. Duh. Let's go. Shiva, you're not gonna have my chicken. And that's just like the end of that. I'm telling you. No. I don't think so. Stop it. So being blighted is like being poisoned. Yes. So the blighted isn't a big deal anymore. Nope. And it's especially funny because, you know, the blighted's supposed to be worse this time around. So, you know. You know, I'm sure these writers know about male pregnancy. They might as well have made broke fathers that would have dealt with sexes. Fair. Brood days. That would have been actually funny. Not that they know how to do that.
Minrathous, the heart of Tevinter. Somehow the beat of it always pulls me back. Steady
actually
pulse, secrets, corruption, you name it.
Ah.
Trust no one.
Minrathous.
Expect the worst. And you might just get by.
The heart of a slavery.
Do the shadow dragons know?
And you don't see a single...
Nev Gallus!
Yeah.
You only turn up when you want news. Or you've got some.
Tarquin. You look... well.
Appearances can be deceiving.
Sounds like a story.
Just living ungifted in a world made for mages.
That guy. Why are we, like, you know, stuck with fucking Nev when we can, you know, just have that guy right there? They're supposed to be slaves in Minrathous? Yes. Yes, they are.
Meet the Viper. Anyone else coming?
Romans Harden, it was
Only if you got yourself followed.
The
so why the meeting?
Harden Romans was terrible.
Is this about your work with Varric?
Something terrible got loose when we disrupted Solus's ritual. A pair of elven gods.
Gods?
They blighted a village in Arlethan.
Oh no.
Crossing.
There are venatory
This is the
that place.
last mission of the day.
Why?
What's been happening in the city?
Underground sacrifices, dangerous relics flooding the black market. The cults gathering power.
Oh no.
Relics. What kind?
We were tracking a set of red lyrium relics before you got here. Smuggled in recently.
They enhance blood magic.
No, I mean, Rethus is...
can summon demons far too easily. We destroyed
Tevinter is
and tore another off a slaver.
The heart of slavery. And so is Minrathous.
Docktown's my home. If it's got problems and I'm here...
Like, the slaves are just a thing.
Than anyone in the city.
There are no servants. They're slaves.
Oh, this better be quick. Where do we start? You're coming. The gods could be anywhere. A possible tie to the cult is our only lead.
The relics don't play nice with the Veil, and they resonate with each other. We destroyed the lyrium in the last one we found, but it should still track the third.
Give it to me. I'll get it done.
We'll
you
keep
mean
eyes on the
Elgin and Gillenane?
If there's a tie to these elven gods.
Whoever's not gonna be clear in this game, no, there's no slavery. Because that would be problematic. God forbid you make evil people actually complicated and problematic.
Ready
God
for
forbid.
a tour of Docktown?
Fuck
Stick
you.
with me.
I'm gonna, like, where's my option of taking a shit?
And
Afadam.
it is. It should pick up places where the missing relic disrupted the Veil. Find a trail of those.
Actually, I like the Viper. There's rumors of him being the Bloody Mind. No.
So you live in Docktown?
I
My
haven't.
whole life. Unless I'm away on a case. Or crashing in the Fade.
I don't know what's going on with the audio, but I don't care either.
Shot at you last time you were here. And now we're chasing a dangerous relic through the streets.
I know.
And people wonder why I never get sleep. Aha! The relic's pulling toward the Temple of Andraste. Locked. We need another way in.
Oh no.
On it.
Where are all these people? Presume this life's not working.
We broke into a prison.
I wonder. Oh, let's bet. Let's
Public
bet
ground.
the.
And we can't lose the trail.
Bet the cat. Important. Important. 10 out of 10.
Is this what you do for the shadow dragons?
The
When you
infamous
offer this?
FPS
I
drop
look
in this
for things.
location. Oh,
People,
great.
Objects, information. People have problems that Templars and Magisters can't
Slaves?
help.
No,
For what?
interns.
Work
My
out
favorite
how
thing
they
I keep thinking of is, well, he's a
It's enough to
genocidal
live
maniac,
on.
but at least he's not
If it doesn't
transphobic.
get me killed.
Exactly. So dumb. I remember Hayden near this.
In the courtyard.
Stay sharp.
I don't want to say sharp. Shut up. I love that Neff is supposed to be a detective, but I'm doing the
Based on the
investigation.
marks, I'd say demons.
The fact that you're helping to save Tevinter with Dorian kind of pisses me off. Dorian's entire fucking questline was, I'm gonna go back to Tevinter and I'm gonna try to make it a better place. And then he appears and he's kind of like, well, there's nothing I can do actually. Good luck.
Demons.
Yeah, that's a demon.
It's not a
You're
coincidence.
correct. The Templars do not exist because they're problematic. Obviously.
Credit there.
You're not gonna hear a mention of Templars in this one. Or the Mage Rebellion. It is implied that the circles still exist. Because if you're a Mage Rook,
The relic we're
you've
chasing,
gone
it's unstable.
to the circle for some reason.
This couldn't escape the demons. If there's family or
The dad.
friend, I can track them down later. Make sure they know.
I told you to do something, fucking do it.
Here goes nothing.
Relic. Courtyard. Back way.
What is this fucking stupid shit?
It's a remnant. An echo from the Fade drawn to magical disruptions. If the relic drew it here,
Right.
the voice could be a memory of the smuggler.
Let's take a cat to the lighthouse with something small and cuddly. I would never subject a small animal
Follow me.
to fucking live with the Veilguard, honestly. What do you want? That griffin deserves
Enchantment on
better,
the
deadass.
I can get it.
Veilspawn in broad daylight in a huge
Alright.
city?
Follow
Yes! And there's no one, like, there should be... By the way, there are Templars in Tevinter. Templars exist in Tevinter, but they're not the same as they are in Ferelden, for example. They're not holy, like, warriors. They're police.
It's on me.
I
And
think
the
we
Venatori cult's no
need
joke.
a Templar.
If anyone wants out.
But they're basically like police officers.
On the house.
All right, mage killer. Suit yourself.
You know what I love as well, that it's really consistent, is that I am flirting with Lucanis. And the fucking writers and developers are so utterly useless that that doesn't track. So they will continue to flirt with one another, by the way. Even though I'm also in a romance with Lucanis.
You think he's acting different?
The relic was close. Find another remnant and we might learn more.
Up there. Is that another remnant?
That should be no problem.
There's always a way to get places.
I guess. Police are bad, apparently. Yeah. God forbid.
Not on display. Nice target for thieves.
If a stand's not watched, there's a nasty spell on the most valuable item. And a random one, just for fun.
Ah, of course.
Of course he says. What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, Uther will the entire way.
Almost there.
Until the end.
Remnants ahead.
Will you stop talking? No. You have to learn to tune it out. Otherwise, you literally go insane. At some point, I just fucking I don't listen. I don't hear what they're saying.
I've got this.
Well, get it faster.
Handoff. Third bell. Late.
Bells ring when ships go in and out. Could be
Do they?
using them for timing, near the docks. I think our smuggler's on a deadline. The Relics pull agrees. Let's visit the docks.
Let's visit the docks. Shut up. Look, listen, a ladder, except that makes sense. Because those fucking guys,
Elevator's locked.
you know, they don't have
Someone's
fucking
got to
thought.
bribe the dockmaster. Still up for a walk? This isn't the only way to the docks.
Hope not.
Food later.
Oh, yes, please.
All right, through here.
Through here.
Got it.
Oh, that's it? God.
I'm guessing you know all the shortcuts in Dogtown.
I remember this was like that part of the game
No.
where I started to
If
like
someone thinks they know
deflate.
all Ducktown secrets, they're either kidding themselves or scamming you.
I didn't play much more, if I remember correctly. I think on F by default, the voice actor was tryhard cringe to me. Like, I think she's a random model or whatever, or like a B-list actress. And they, for some reason, decided to give her a speaking role in this.
Come on, this path will swing back to the docks.
So she doesn't really have any experience voice acting. And it shows, 100%. And we still don't know why she only has one leg. And we will never know. What do you care? That's personal, bro. You're gonna just ask a bitch why she has one leg. Así me caigo.
More demons.
Not
Yeah.
for long.
Bad.
Take this shot.
Alright.
The longer
Nah.
that relic's in Dogtown,
Thank you for that.
These are my neighbors. That relic won't stay in my town.
Uy, que me hostio.
This city hasn't changed.
You spent time here?
Before, yes. For a while. Though not in Dogtown.
Oh, you got the fancy talk.
I remember there was over a day, I was so scared of the Bone Plague, I had to eat every part of the clip. God. Thunderclap sounds like a venereal disease. Hey. 1000% I know what they were going for, but she failed miserably and it gets worse. Yeah, bro.
Venatori? You're serious?
Home sweet home. Enjoying the tour?
No. No, I'm not. So now is a representative of the disabled community? Yes, obviously. Belar is autistic. Neff is disabled. I cannot believe you guys didn't clock that. Fucking Lucanis has bipolar disorder. Tash is non-binary. And Hardin is a people pleaser. It's...
You bet.
And Emmerich is old.
The buyer. Meeting.
Right, a meeting, but where?
I don't fucking know. That's your fucking job, bro.
Wrong turn.
for it.
Not a chance.
Oh, looks like we have company.
Oh no. What kind of did you write about that? But it's literally true. He's afraid of his age, his mortality.
You're back in the city.
So that's literally someone on the team, you know, literally writing about getting old and how he doesn't like getting old.
There's a relic loose with red lyrium.
They're all walking trauma dumps for the people that wrote them. Like, it's crazy, but it is true.
Meet my friend
Hardin is a
Rana.
people pleaser.
At least I think we're friends.
Yes, and Rook, if you're with Nev...
And there's
I think I can trust
literally,
you.
like, a conversation that you have with her where she's like, oh, well, I tend to, like, agree with people so they like me better. Like, it's a thing. Then you have Lucanis, who has bipolar disorder. He just wants to, like, be loved for who he is. And he has to accept that that's the way he is. And he just needs to ask for help. Then Nev, it's disabled. And she has this thing where she is trying to prove herself constantly. And she never asks for help. And then she realizes that she just wants to belong. She just wants to be needed. That's a thing that they also speak about. It's insane. Just how menial and banal their actual problems are compared to, you know, the world ending.
As much as I can trust
Emmerich
you.
Max is like
On the
40,
same
like
page
in his
already.
late 40s or something.
If you have anything on the relic,
I thought Templars worked against mages.
this isn't the South. I work to stop illegal magic, that's all.
You're working the case alone?
That's a Templar, by the way.
There's a rumor the relic trades hands tonight, and Albin Bataris is the buyer.
No.
The Magister's son. Interesting. I should get moving.
Nev?
We've got it from here.
But
do we?
Look, you're busy. We just got attacked, which means you won't leave until you're sure no one else is lurking around.
And you won't wait.
No.
What can I say? Work to do.
Where are you going?
So illegal what?
To the
Magic.
spillway?
What counts as
Pop that when
illegal,
I'm
as
done.
illegal magic?
If you say so.
In a fucking city where blood magic is normal. Why isn't that even with us? I don't fucking know. Her like original concept was a femme fatale.
Let's go.
Kind of like Marilyn Monroe. But they scrapped that because, you know.
Rana's not a shadow dragon. So you work with Templars too?
Rana's clean and her information's good.
Yeah, they're all so quirky. They're all
Only
so
when I have to.
special.
And the spillway?
Rana mentioned Albin Bataris, and she doesn't.
I think
show
her name
much
is
unless they
Frog,
like
by
her.
the way.
Albin's father
Yes, that's
oversaw
hilarious.
some construction there. If he's visiting this part of town, that narrows the search.
Does it though? Veilguard, my favorite game. Same. Same, sis. This game fucking pisses me off.
I'll make sure there's no one else here.
How'd you get in here? Amazing. And as always, this fuck-ass game is gonna make it hard. Because why the fuck not? Righty Bella then. Thank God we have... Oh god, yeah. Honestly? Oh, is that easy? Is that simple? Oh yeah. Yeah, it is.
Barrier. They don't want people getting near the deal.
Oh, no.
Find the unshielded crystals and we're through.
Thank you for telling me that. I would have never... Where is the other one? Needless platforming,
Must be one left.
mind you. Thank you.
That's it.
Like for real though,
We can
Hardin
cut
is
through
a
the
scout,
barrier now.
Davern is a great warden because we're dealing with the blight, Lucanis is supposed to kill the gods because assassin, Emmerich because veil expert, even if we have Belara, why are Nev and Belara even here? Belara is because she knows how the magic works, right? She knows how to operate the lighthouse. Nev is just useless.
Voices.
Nev is just supposed to be like a contact between us and other people. Like, oh, I can have a meeting with this group of people and that group of people, and that's it. Like, she was supposed to help us locate Solus, except we already knew.
Now? Move! We need to get closer. We can't let him.
We have our relic buyer.
You're so Venatori don't need that relic.
You're here to stop me. You can't stop the Venatori. This power will what?
Impress a risen god. Can you even control it?
Shut up! The Venatori's power is on the rise, and this part's mine.
You lie here, Venatori.
I might have questions for him.
You won't walk away from here!
More demons.
Oh no. In your opinion, was Logain dumb in his actions? Logain was not well mentally. I don't think he was dumb. I think he was paranoid. And after Marix's death and everything, he thought people were just like, you know, because the whole thing with Kaelin wanted to divorce Anora and get married to Empress Celine. So Orlais and Ferelden would have like a finally like an alliance through marriage. But that would mean basically just giving Ferelden to the relations. And I think that was a whole like paranoid thing, exacerbated by, you know, just fear for his daughter and stuff like that. He thought he was helping secure Marik's legacy. He thought this. And he just jumped the gun, you know what I mean?
You won't be releasing any more demons.
And you're the smuggler.
I understand where he was coming from.
I know you. You're part of the Thread Crime Syndicate.
How much was Lucanis doing with this dance? I don't really know. Probably not much.
But Red Lyrium. Working with Venatori. It's not your style.
Here they are. My son is no cultist. He was completely misled. I appreciate your help, Night.
Kill the boss by knocking him into the water, hell yeah.
Let's go.
Well.
Nice try. The Venatori rise.
That's literally also, he's so sassy. He's so like, oh my god. And that's literally like a Hail Hydra moment. In, you know? God.
You know he's guilty. How much did it cost the Magister?
Watch it, Gallus, or you'll be charged.
With what? I tie something up and you undo it. Isn't this...
Which I know, you know how this game failed to make $1
Save the
bajillion
sob
dollars?
story.
They go
We
his
got
heart
the
with the and the
smuggler.
media. They cannot let it go.
want
They cannot just like
Bataris to release her,
fade into
too.
obscurity without embarrassing themselves.
I'll find a way to fix this.
Damn it.
If we hadn't been there, how many people would be hurt? And Bataris doesn't care.
No.
It's not funny because I got a trophy for twins. Was it trying to be Grinch? She was just sassy. What is this Rana woman again? A Templar.
We stopped the demons. We got the
So
relic
basically yet another
and the
detective.
smuggler. The shadows will watch the cult. If that leads to the gods, they'll send word. It's not perfect, but count your wins. You don't always get them, especially here.
Logan was obsessed with Orlais that he didn't see his actions had a figure. Yeah, because Logan didn't believe there was a blight going on. He genuinely didn't believe that. So he thought, listen, this is as good time as any to, like, you know, save the country. And then turns out the blight is real. And he killed every single person able to fix it.
Coming back to haunt her.
They had time to go.
Just didn't know it yet.
Stupid. And it wasn't 10 years, but it was 4 years, Jiraiya. It was It was 4 years. Oh, fucking... It's so stupid. Okay, we're gonna leave it here. I think we've done, you know, it's been 3 hours, almost 4. Terrible game. You know, you think that I'm gonna, like, play this game and be like, you know what? Redeeming quality right there. That's actually good. But the more I play it, the worse it gets, and the more blood holes I find, which is great. You know what I mean? It's lovely. It's success. And am I going to continue doing this to myself? Yes. For science. For research. Am I going to survive the experience? No. No, I'm not. The pacing of the game is terrible. It is. What we get from Popeyes... we got is some chicken, what is it called? Chicken strips? Are like wings. We got some chicken strips that I'm gonna eat now before bed. Bright idea was to give Rook the Superman pose because they are so bad that they don't even have like proper like mocap and shit. So it's just, you know, I thought you will finish. To be honest, I am finishing this. I won't have this. You're not getting shit. Okay, guys. See you all tomorrow. Tomorrow with what? Expedition 33, Veilguard, whatever tickles my pickle, okay? I love you. Have a good time. Better than mine, hopefully, because my head hurts, so I'm gonna take a pill or whatever. And have a good